abrázame toda la noche. No nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, y más allá. Resuena por la pared, creando una canción. No quiero perder el ritmo. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, y más allá. Crucemos el número en solo un trueno de horizontes. Seremos miles. Crecemos en número en solo un trueno de horizontes. Seremos miles. Más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, y más allá.
Get up. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now. Leave your body till you black out. So get the fuck up. So cover and duck, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us.
follow your trail and I'm losing your mind and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this love, cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you.
dame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, y más allá. Me convierta en rayos y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad y más allá.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. Here for our special event tonight, I'm joined by a very, very special man. I'm joined by Sooty Apex, the runner-up in the Pro Series. Sooty, how are we?
I'm very well. Excited to see this race unfold. Should be interesting.
It should be indeed. We're here for our Indianapolis 500, and guys, get them likes in. Get subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. We've got a quick 10-minute qualifying, and then we should have a good 200-lap race. We are waiting on either our reserve Smithy or Andy, our emo guy, the two guys that was on the list. But we'll go through the grid for you from top to bottom. So we have Fury, who's just leaving the pitch there. Fury, champ with us, the American, so could be quite good at the Indy 500. He'll know what to do in this circumstance. And champ with us, Little Each as well. What can he do on this circuit? The man who's fantastic at turning left, Gary 131. Many favourites as he's just binned it. Gary 131 there. Our favourite for this race. We have just lost Fury. Big boy Brazier's in the session with us as well. So nice to see Jamie Brazier here in what looks to be like the old Williams colours. An evening to Phil, your teammate Sooty. Do you think he could do well tonight?
I'm hoping so. He's full of potential, this lad. I hope he wins.
Bigging it up for the Run Flat Racing boys.
Oh, I'm rooting it for me, Phil. Come on, Phil.
We've got Peaceful Explosion. Mr. Sandbag himself is on circuit.
You can actually see the sand trail behind, Matt.
You
just
can,
see
there
it
is.
there. It's
Yeah,
like a haze. Yeah.
It is a bit of lag there as we are just having... Smithy's connected, so we have just got Smithy in the session as well. So nice to see Smithy. After Peaceful Explosion then is Monkey Boy, I do believe, on the circuit. There is Welshie as well, our Flying Scotsman, runner-up in the Pro-Am category. There's the young Welsh, showed Keegs. What can he do tonight? We've got NJ. Nice to see NJ back with the Simplay lads. So let's see what NJ is capable of around here tonight. We've also got Don Productions, who is cheered me up this week a little bit. Safe to running in the Acura next season in the Pro-Am category. So let's see what Don Productions can do from here. So in the quick 10-minute qualifying, I'll just run you through the rules quickly. Default setups, there is tyre wear and fuel on, and it is a 10-minute qualifying with a 200-lap race, obviously 500 miles of Indianapolis. Here we go so far then.
It looks like Don's getting a good tour here, Matt.
It does indeed. Unorthodox currently on pole, 10th of a second ahead of Mr. Sandbag himself. Then Monkey Boy, Big Boy Brazier. Liam Gamer's in 5th. We haven't spoke about Liam or Dean Wasocki. We don't actually have Dean Wasocki in the session at the moment. It looks like we've lost Dean. So hopefully we can get Dean back in.
Yeah, I think we lost Fury as well.
Yeah, we have lost Fury as well. So we will have a 16-car grid when Dean and Fury get back in. Unorthodox over the man on pole at the moment.
Was he runner-up in the Clios?
No, we've lost Smithy. He was runner-up in the Motive Racing Tier 2 Clios. Guys, go and check out Motive Racing as well. Subscribe to their channel, like their videos, and check them out at www.motiveracing.com or on their Discord server if you want to get in touch with their leagues. Fantastic job over there. I myself commentate on the Clios and the touring cars over there. Brilliant to watch. Gary then, currently P5 at the moment.
It's looking like the slipstream is like really important around here, man.
Yeah,
If you look at the times.
You need the toe. Half a second separate the top 8 at the moment. And Gary's just gone pole position by 300ths of a second.
That looks like we've got Fury back,
Yeah,
Matt.
Fury's back in, so we are just awaiting Smithy and Dean Wasocki. Then there's... Oh, Dean's left the session. Not quite sure why. They've only got short amount of time to get in.
Oh, Neil's got no front wing.
Damage is on visual only, so the damage should not hamper them. So damage is only on visual only, so it should be okay. Smithy's back in. We're just waiting him and Dean Wasocki. Phil, your man, currently down.
Oh, Neil's just got pole.
Oh, Neil has just got pole. Cracking lap from Neil then. 800ths of a second quicker than Don. Champ in 3rd. Gary's down to 4th. Crucial though with tyre wear on, Sutty, to make sure these tyres last and you can get the best out of them. Phil looking like he's on a good lap. Not really got much of a slipstream though as Phil.
Yeah, we already know, Matt, that I've given some tips out. I'm quite good with tyre wear, as we all know.
Yeah. Phil goes 2.3 quicker and that puts him up into 8th place. So a good lap from Phil there. Oh, that was someone just rubbing the wall there.
Wall.
Yeah, we have got...
Champ's just gone pole.
Champ has taken pole. Good lap from Champ there. 15 thousandths of a second quicker, and he's up on his time as well here. We're also waiting
how tight it is, Matt.
It's an incredible grid, isn't it? 9/10 of a second separate the top 12. Dean Wasocki's back in, as is Fury. We are just waiting on Smithy then. So let's see what these guys can do from here. Evening to Ben G. I know they're watching JR Sim Racing. Good evening to you as well. Phil Atherton, aka DJ Phil. Good evening to you, Aidan Bennett. Champ, Dean Wasocki, Michael Matthews, Ariel, aka Don. Fury himself, Bethany Ann Duffin is also watching. A good evening to all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. 21 watching, only 8 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps the channel out no end. And here goes Peaceful Explosion. Oh, just clips the wall and kicks up a cloud of dust there. Smithy and Dean are both in as well. So all 16 runners on the grid as Little Leach just sets a new fastest lap. Here is Don Productions, and what's he got as he comes out of turn 2? He's got a bit of a tow from the car in front. What can he get from here, though? It's so hard to say who's going to get pole here, Sutty. There's a 10th separates the top 6.
It's looking good. It's going to be exciting, this.
This is going to be a fun race, isn't it? This is going to be a brilliant... Liam Gamer, shout out to him, out qualifying Keegs at the moment by 7/10 of a second. So good job from Liam so far.
That's good. A second off the front runners as well. That's not bad at all.
No, it's not bad at all. A very good evening to Fury's granddad. He's always here when Fury's on. So a very good evening to you as Don Productions goes 600ths quicker. And it keeps him P4 at the moment. Gary's ghosting. For any of those wondering why he's ghosting, that will be because Fury, Smithy or Dean are on circuit and Gary can't see them as they joined late. But here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. That's Champ just improving by 0.02 of a second, and it's not enough at the minute. On board Champ. Let's watch the American go round a lap of Indy 500 here, because he's so smooth. Look at this. Was part of our Daytona 24 race, won the LMP1 category. Unorthodox has gone quickest now. So Champ's down to P3. Don's in the pits.
Could you hear the difference in the engine when he got the little bit of the toe there?
Yeah. Just sort of kicked in a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, just clips the wall. That's going to lose a bit of
yeah.
speed there. He's not really getting in the slipstream of the car in front.
You can hear it now.
Still quicker though. How much did he lose from touching the wall? Look at the top three. Under a tenth separates them. And this is going to be a heck of a race. Keegs has gone above Liam Gamer, so the top 13 are within a second of each other. Oh, Champ's lost a lot of time there. If it's anything like F1 as Unorthodox sets a new fastest lap, Phil's just popped it into P2. So good lap from Phil.
Oh, Phil's lovely and smooth, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he, Phil? He's so smooth on the wheel. Puts you
not
to shame at times.
I'm not that smooth on the pad, am I?
No, you're definitely not that smooth on the pad. Fury and Dean's times are out laps. Oh, he's up for a pole position here. Look at this. What can Phil do then? Is we've got a minute 35 left in the session. It's a 40 seconds a lap.
He's
What
going to
can
have it
Phil do? Gets the pole position in a minute by a tenth of a second, and that's put a bit more pressure on a few of the others. That's meant that Liam's now a second and a half behind the pole runners. Who's that just behind Phil? Getting an immense tow. Is that Big Boy Brazier? No.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You've just literally got to switch through the drivers. I think we need to jot down numbers. Unorthodox. Phil's car is number 3.
Yeah.
What's Unorthodox's number? Can we see?
Unorthodox is up 2/10. So Phil's getting the toy here.
What number's that on the back of Unorthodox's car? I can't quite tell what number he is. We maybe should have jotted down their numbers just before. Phil goes even faster. Unorthodox was up, but Phil goes even quicker. Unorthodox 98, I reckon. Gives it away on the back bit. Yeah, I reckon on the back bit. Who else we got? Let's have a look. So let's go to Keegs, who's just gone into P3. Phil's number 3. Keegs is number 26. Little Leach doesn't have a number there. I want to say, can we go on the roof camera? I want to say that's potentially, yep, that's the number 5 car. So Little Leach number 5. Champ is number 11. Who's that? That's 24 for NJ. Don Productions, is that 25?
I can't see with the.
Go on to the chase cam. Yep, 25 for Unorthodox. Some say on the back bits, Peaceful Explosion is number 20. Gary's number 12. 61 for Monkey Boy. Number 28 for Welshie. 29 for Big Boy Brazier. Number 63 for Liam Gamer, running in the pink. Number 9 for Smithy. Number 21 for Fury. Number 27 for Dean Wasocki.
That's all of them, Matt. We should have jotted them down before we started. Never mind.
It's not. Oh yeah, we've got no emo. So no emo guy. No Andy. Yeah, that is all of them. So we have got the numbers then. Qualifying is complete. We are just awaiting the drivers to cross the line. Send lobby invite. Will join when I can. Kieran, lobby is full, so we can't send lobby invite, but we can send a party invite if you was wanting to join in the commentary box, but watch through the stream. So we've got the numbers jotted down. We should have done that at the first, but it's your man, Dirty Apex, who's on pole position.
He's there.
Phil
Come on, Phil.
Takes pole in the Indy 500. Unorthodox second. Keegs got third at the very end with Little Leach fourth. Champion fifth. NJ sixth. Don seventh. Peaceful eighth. Gary didn't want to be mid-pack. He is mid-pack. Ninth place for Gary.
Times.
Monkey Boy in 10th, Welshie 11th, Big Boy Brazier 12th, Liam Gamer 13th, Smithy 14th, Fury 15th, and Dean Wasocki 16th place. And really, take the bottom 3 out of it, you only got 2 or 3 laps. From Liam to pole is 1.2 seconds. That is not a lot.
The sector times are very close, Matt. It's going to be an interesting race.
It is. They're 3 wide, bar the last car on the grid who's on his own, which is Dean. May not be a bad thing come to Tier 1. Invite Kieran to the party just in case he does want to join for commentary. And while we just wait then for everybody to join. I've got the numbers jotted down now, so we know what number car to look out for. On chase cam anyway, because I don't think we'll be able to see it on any other cam. But here we go for the Indy 500. And the driver's just readying up. Can't change their setups, but maybe doing a pitch strategy here.
Am I muted?
Yeah, for now. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's readied up. And we look like we're about ready to go here then. 3 abreast. What can we see? What's going to happen off the start line, such the apex, as we're about to go green? You hear the lights. We're green, green, green. It's going Indianapolis for the 500 lap race, and already there's carnage in the background. Already we've not even made it off the line, and there's carnage. It's a good job the damage isn't on, because there's absolute mayhem behind. Phil, though, has the lead with Unorthodox. Keegs, Gary, NJ, Big Boy Brazier, Peaceful Explosion, and Little Each, I do believe, have all made it through and a bit more. That's Gary. Gary's had a bit of a slide on lap 1. There's 200 laps left, so you don't need to worry about lap 1. But everybody at the moment, absolute mayhem at the first lap here. Liam's got himself up into P8, but it's Phil who currently leads, Sutty.
Oh yeah, what a start that was. It was a bit full of dramas there, Matt. But it looks like Phil's managed to get away, and Orthodox is just keeping him honest, just keeping behind him, getting the slipstream.
This is what these two will want. Use each other to use the tow. Unorthodox did a splash and dash event at Motive. They did 77
look
laps.
at the debris.
The debris is horrible. Oh, and has that just put Unorthodox off a little bit? No, he's managed to get it back together. But I tell you what, Unorthodox did a splash and dash event, 77 laps around Daytona in a BMW the other day, so he's quite used to the way that the oval strategy has to work. And what strategy will these guys deploy? We have been told news that Dean is in the wrong Indy car. He's in the road course car, not in the oval. Where is Dean Wysocki? Can we just see him? The road course car, obviously more aerodynamic for when they race on the tracks. You see the difference between the two. Dean in front and Liam behind. This is going to be a nasty race, as Liam's going to try and get Dean, and look at the difference there. Dean is going to struggle here.
He is now going to struggle. He's obviously the circuits, they've got more drag.
Yeah.
Whereas the oval cars, obviously, they're more slippery through the air, so he's going to have high top speed. He's really going to struggle, Dean. He
is going to struggle there. But that's not the one we're worried about at the moment. Unorthodox is all over the back of Phil, and he'll know that using Phil like this here will help them pull away from Peaceful Explosion and Big Boy Brazier out front. And surely Phil will know this as well. If they can use each other, just create a gap behind so that the others can't keep up. Big Boy Brazier has dropped off the back of Peaceful.
It would just be interesting to know though, Matt, because he is following Phil very, very closely. Obviously, we know they're going to have to change tyres with tyre wear being on. Is that really going to affect his tyres?
Potentially. Pit strategies coming into it. It'll be interesting to see what kind of fuel these guys want. Oh, and he just kind of runs Phil into the wall. Doesn't give him much space on the outside. Bit naughty, you may say there, but that's the way it's working at the moment. Unorthodox breaking the tow, and Peaceful Explosion's already 2 seconds behind this pair. There we see Little Each. He's got a... Who's that? That's Big Boy Brazier just in front. Keeg's trying to keep up behind, and Gary just behind him.
Interesting little battle, this.
Yeah, very interesting at the moment, and we'll have to see what they can do, because early manoeuvres for positions, you know, Unorthodox has just done that on Phil for the lead, doesn't really mean anything at the moment, does it?
No, as long as they can keep behind each other, then you might as well just keep behind for the full race. Just try and overtake on the last lap.
Well, that's Little Each going high on Jamie. Jamie coming back up the track, and Little Each tucks back in for turn 2 there then. I
wonder if maybe they're trying to bump draft.
Potentially, yeah. I wonder if they're just trying to use each other to gain on Peaceful. Peaceful's kind of in no man's land at the minute. 3 seconds off the lead, but 2 seconds up the road. Here's Gary. He's just got past Keegs, the king of oval racing. So surely Gary knows what he's got to do. Was involved in a start line incident. Oh, who's that? Someone looked like they was off. I think we've had Welshie. I think Welshie's had an incident. Welshie's diving into the pits now. I think Welshie's had an incident. He's now behind Dean and Fury. Change Welshie's camera so we can see where he is. If he's in the pit lane, look, he's coming in now. Oh dear, Welshie. Why is he in the pits though?
I wonder why he's come in. Yeah, it's a strange one, that, because it's visual, isn't it? Yeah,
damage is only visual, so Welshie you wouldn't have thought needed to pit unless his tyres have gone that badly through skidding across the surface, maybe.
Yeah, if he's totally wore him out and he can't get going again, that could be right, Matt.
Potentially then losing a lot of grip, but it's Gary up into P5. Little Each has dropped down to P6, so not sure what's happened to Little Each. Keegs as well has dropped down to P9. Not sure what's happened to Keeg and Walsh neither then at the moment. Oh, who's that pulling off to one side there? That was
someone
very.
just pulled off there,
That was
yeah.
That was very strange, wasn't it? Someone else looks like they've dived into the pits, and we've lost a driver. I think we've lost Dean Wysocki.
He was never gonna. I don't know why he was in road setup for this.
Now, pick the road car, not the Indy car, and it's obviously not done him any favours. On board with Keegs, you see there, he's in the Honda.
It looks like he's closing up well.
He does.
Looks like he's closing up well.
Who's behind him? Don's behind him. Monkey Boy just in front. Still within that tow at about 1.5 seconds. Here's Monkey Boy in the Chevrolet. Go on, Keegs, in the Honda. Do it for the Honda boys.
Honda, not a Cora.
Yeah.
Other than that, we don't really have many battles, do we? Oh,
Still early doors. Still early doors at the minute. Here's the master of turning left, Gary 131. Beth's lover, Beth's fan, the champion of the pro category on an iron board.
We're about to see it coming out. We're about to see it come now. Here comes the left-hand turn. Look at that.
Gary in the Chevrolet.
That.
He's not done Big Boy Brazier yet. Jamie keeping it there. Jamie's in like the old Williams car from like Nigel Mansell era. Do you not think the colour scheme?
Oh, it's lovely that, the camel colours.
Yeah.
Is it camel?
Yeah, camel.
Yeah.
Beautiful livery.
Lovely colours. The blue, yellow and white. ICI on the front.
Gary's got to. Oh, Gary just took. You just see Jamie Brazier, and in the mirrors of Gary's car, Brazier's lost it.
Oh,
he's round
gone.
there then, and Gary just come low on Jamie Brazier. Oh, you don't want to light your ears up like that. You've got to save your Firestone tyres, and he has done now. Oh, Jamie! Oh, Jamie!
Oh, it's all going off.
He should have come off the racing line there as he was rejoining the track. He stayed low. And that is ultimately what's caused another incident. Liam Game is now up in the top 10.
Phil's, what's happened here?
Oh, Phil. No, he leads. Phil leads. Where's Unorthodox gone? He's down to 5th.
Unorthodox down in 5th. Phil's 2 seconds ahead of Peaceful. Sandbag himself.
Yeah, Mr. Sandbag. Not doing too bad. He's having a quiet race, but he's having a good race. Who's the red car then? Just behind. Can't see what number the car is behind. Is that Smithy, I wonder? Just behind Phil. It is Smithy, so Smithy a lap down already, as is Welshie then, and Fury. Guys, 21 people watching the live stream, please hit that thumbs up button. Let's get as many likes as we can. Let's get it as far as we can this video. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel.
We've got some pits.
Yeah, Unorthodox and
what's
NJ.
happened
Oh, big incident! Big, huge incident. That's got Peaceful Explosion in it. As Gary's... Phil was also involved. Peaceful leads this race from Gary. Phil was involved in an incident on the start line. We didn't see with who or what happened. But with damage being off, he can kind of get away with this one. But dear me, Phil had his lead.
8 seconds back. No, that's... I think that must have been back markers.
He's got to stick with Little Leach here. These two need to work together. 9 seconds behind to get that gap closed back up. And you see Little Leach and Phil now. Can Leach Motorsport here take a 1-2, I wonder? But half of Leach Motorsport need to work with the other half of Run Flat Racing, Sutty, to get on that leader. Gary then.
Definitely. With that much time behind, they need to try and help each other. I just want to know what happened, because the only thing I think of is Phil was coming up a lap, and obviously that Carnage was in front of him. There was no way to get through it. Yeah,
you just clicked onto NJ and Unorthodox in the pits at next minute.
Carnage.
Yeah, absolute carnage. But this man, Mr. Sandbag, in his green and gold. Gold, the colour of sand. And he leads the Indy 500. He's only won one race here at Simplay. That was the very first race of the season. Apart from that, he's not done a lot else. But he leads laps here at Indianapolis then for our Indy 500 race. And what can he do from this position then?
They're trading lap times, Peaceful and Gary at the minute.
Yeah. Peaceful just 4 tenths quicker last time around.
Little each Phil are the same. The only battle we've got at the minute is Big Boy Brazier and Monkey Boy.
Phil was actually the quickest man out on last time around. Phil's just passed Little Leach, but obviously it's not about the battles at the moment. It's getting these early laps in and the pit strategy out the way. Big Boy Brazier going around the outside of the Pertec car of Monkey Boy. And that job is a good one then. Who is that just behind Monkey Boy? So Smithy's up to 10th. Liam's now 11th with Fury, Unorthodox, NJ and Welshie all down 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th place. But at the moment, Peaceful did get a few podiums, you're right, Kieran. Peaceful did get a few podiums the first half of the season. Indeed he did, but it's not about the podiums you get. Well, it is, I suppose. You can be consistent to get the podiums, but the first race of the season we thought, hang on, Peaceful's turned up here, and then all of a sudden just kind of went quiet, Sutty, in this season, didn't he, really?
He did, yeah, he sort of tailed off. I thought he was going to be up there with us, but he most of the races, but it seems like that in the wet weather he was very consistent, he was very good.
Yeah, really was. That Mercedes worked really well in the wet, and this is big boy Brazier now trying to get past
the right trainer cars.
That's a back marker, it looks like. Back marker staying well out the way.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah. Kieran's just said the sandbags then got a bit too full after round 1.
Gary's 4 seconds behind Peaceful. Phil's still 9. What's happened to Little Leach? Little Leach has gone 6th.
Oh, not sure what happened to Little Leach then. Has he made a mistake somewhere? On
Looks
the back
like
of Keegs, and has Champ on the back of him. Champ's been a bit quiet in this one so far. He goes Little Leach.
Thick and fast. It's quite hard to keep up.
It is, yeah.
See who everyone is, isn't it?
Keegs just running a bit too wide there, and Champ gets the run on Keegs into turn 4. And down the start here at Indianapolis, they come and Champ is round! Champ's upside down. Let's hope he has a reset button to get going, but Keegs and Champ touched, and around they went. Cam says, when's the next race? Next fun race will be Monday night, F1 2020. If any guys have F1 2020, please get in touch with me on the Simplay Motorsport group or Facebook page, and I will get you down. We currently have 15 drivers for that one. Myself driving as well. I do believe Andy was streaming. With Andy not being here tonight, I hope he's still able to stream, because I'd really like to race that one, as we are doing that for charity, for the ectopic pregnancy charity. So hopefully people will be there for that then. But here's Phil, currently 3rd place, on his own a bit now. Him, Gary and Peaceful's kind of in no man's land at the moment. They've not really got anybody to tow here. Keegs is in the pits. There's a car on his roof. Who's that? I think that's Fury. He says he's flipped, and if Fury doesn't have a reset button, he may have to retire 17 laps in. Does Fury have a reset button? He's on his roof. Oh dear. Oh, I hope not. No, I hope not. I hope he's managed to get. I hope he can get a reset button. Like, you can't sign one in race.
Either that or somebody who's nice behind the pack if they want to be nice. Well, she.
Peaceful explosion then from Gary, from Phil, from Don Orthodubs, from Little Leach.
Right, Phil's gaining on Gary. I wonder if Gary's made a mistake.
Possibly.
That's getting close. He was 4 seconds. He was 4 behind Peaceful before he flicked the Fury, so he's lost quite a chunk of time there. 6/10
quicker last time out was Phil to Gary.
Yeah.
What's he going to do this time round? Gary's just on a 42.4.
It looks like they're going to have to pitch soon. Phil's down to 9 litres.
Yeah, 100%. Phil again, quicker than Gary last time around, and quicker than Peaceful Explosion. Go on board Phil's cockpit. So Phil in the Chevrolet, Gary's in the Chevrolet, so's Peaceful. Actually, what is Peaceful in? Yeah, Peaceful. The leader's in the Chevy.
What's SANDBAG? What make a car's that?
That's her sandbag mobile.
Oh, sandbag, yeah, right. Yeah. She's on 6.2 litres. So I'm wondering, does that car use more fuel?
Potentially. Oh, there's a car with a bit of tyre smoke there, I noticed. Smithy's in the pits. Who's that with tyre smoke? That's someone in a yellow car that looks like they've had a moment. Is that Welshie? Yeah, Welshie's had a moment in his Honda then. Clearly finding it a bit hard. Fury still on his roof, I do believe. That's not good to see. Smithy in the pits though at the moment. Welshie already 3 laps down on the leader.
I think Gary's struggling.
Let's have a look at Gary's car. What's he on here at the moment? What's his fuel on? 4.5, so 5. Is he just managing his tyres? We know Gary can manage the tyres. Peaceful's in the pits.
I don't really understand. I suppose if he could do a second stint without changing tyres, then it could be beneficial if he's just fueling.
Yeah, potentially
two
stint your tyres is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Be a quicker pit stop, wouldn't it? Just to fill the 100% in the tank and then just keep the tyres going for 2 stints.
But then would he have the offset later on? Would it become more slidey? And then I suppose that he could maybe tyre half fuel. I don't know.
Yeah, do like half a tank but tyres to keep the fuel that low. We'll have to wait and see. Or has he got a mechanical problem? Mechanical failures are on.
Yeah, of course.
So does he have a mechanical problem then? Is that why he's a bit slow?
Well,
Gary's now in the pits, so we'll find out. Peaceful still in the pits and is now a lap down on Phil. In fact, he's just left. You'll see Peaceful in a moment. There he is in the background, just coming out the pit lane. So Peaceful a lap down on Phil, but Phil we expect in the pits this lap. Yeah, 100%.
Litre of fuel. Gary's just leaving. Little Leach is ahead, so that might work well for the Leach brothers.
I think Gary then, is Gary leaving the pits? No, not just yet.
I think he's just going in. Yeah.
See, the problem is the pit crew's there to change. Nah, the pit crew always does this. It does this in the league as well. The tyres will be there to change, but you may not change tyres. Although this seems a long pit stop. We're expecting the leader in, and here comes Phil now. Oh, Gary's just come out the pits as Phil comes in then. So where is Peaceful? The first man to pit is going to pass them all. Hasn't passed Phil yet, so he's unlapped himself from Phil. So let's keep an eye on Peaceful Explosion here and see where he's going to come out ahead of Phil. This is now where it's going to be really interesting to watch, Sooty. The pit strategies are really where it's going to play part in this race, especially early doors.
Right, he's gone past Phil now. He's coming past Phil now.
Yeah, Phil's dot is still not moving, and Peaceful's into turn 3. And he's coming into turn 4. He was about 8 seconds ahead of Phil.
Right, here they come.
Phil's on his way out the pits. No, he's not. He's still sat there, actually. Phil's still in the pit lane. He's just left now as Peaceful Explosion, who's already up to speed, has flew
pit stop
past.
Errors on. No,
pit stop errors aren't on.
Oh, so we can't blame them this season.
Definitely not.
That's been I wonder then if they have not changed tyres.
No, Phil's been in that pits a long time.
No, I'm just saying Peaceful, because now there's a big gap now.
You reckon Peaceful didn't change tyres?
I'm just wondering, because why would the deficit be that big?
What is the donations about? So Jordan, on Monday night we're going to be doing a Formula 1 race live on the channel, in which we're going to be doing it for charity for the ectopic pregnancy. Something that me and my wife Bethany have just been through quite a lot in this past couple of weeks. So there'll be a donations link in the description to go and donate to the ectopic pregnancy charity. That's on Monday at 8 PM on the Simplay channel. This not for charity tonight though, but still a good fun event just before Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody, and hope you have a good one in 2 days time. Hope Santa brings you what you want for those with kids. And Phil here has got to do something, as he's lost out to a lot of drivers there. Oh, that's Liam!
Behind.
Liam's just had a massive slide. He's managed to not put it in the wall too much, but yeah, he's 30 seconds behind, and he's lost out to NJ Keegs and Unorthodox.
I'm wondering if they haven't changed tyres.
Well, we'll wait and see come the end of this stint, I suppose.
Yeah, because I just don't see the reason why Phil would be that far behind when he was like 8 seconds, and he was only a couple of seconds behind Gary.
Yeah.
So I'll see what
is he to Gary now? It's about 15 seconds to Gary now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, I mean Phil's on the back of somebody now. Oh, sorry, someone's on the back of him, but he's gaining Keegs.
That's Big Boy Brazier on the back of Phil. So let's just check Phil. So Phil's on 65 litres then. What's Big Boy Brazier running? Brazier's down on 62. Keegs. Oh, there's an incident. That's NJ. Yeah. So Phil's gained a position on NJ there. That could be Welshie again, I reckon, in the war. So NJ was low on fuel. What about Keegs? What's Keegs' fuel? Keegs is well lower. Keegs about 20 litres short.
Gary's on 60.3.
Gary obviously we pitted a few laps.
Is on 32.
I wonder then.
Peaceful's 56.
Yeah, we know Peaceful and Gary pitted just before Phil. I'm wondering if they've not changed tyres, and B,
Yeah.
Keegs, Big Boy Brazier and Unorthodox have got to pit before Phil anyway. That's a given. But is that how much the slipstream works around here? Because Phil was on his own for the lap pretty much.
Of course, maybe.
Didn't have a slipstream. So is that if Peaceful's come out in traffic and has managed to get a tow, is that the case?
Maybe.
Interesting stuff here then at the moment.
Look at Peaceful. No man's land. 14 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
The sandbag's slowly getting lighter and lighter.
How many laps is it on? Can't see on the stream. We're on lap 27 of 200. So we're not even at a third of the way yet, but 42 seconds lap. It's going to be about an hour and 3/4, I reckon, here, plus a 10-minute quali. So about a 2-hour stream as Unorthodox goes low on a back marker. Welsh and NJ in the pit lane at the moment then.
Gary is just behind Unorthodox.
Yeah, Gary, not sure about his tyre strategy at the moment. It's a shame you can't get a tyre graphic. Oh, where it is quick. Oh, that's a car sideways on the start line.
Oh, is that Welshie?
Welshie was round.
No, he's in the pits, isn't he?
Oh, he was,
the yellow
yeah.
car?
Not quite sure. It's not Big Boy Brazier. Was it the Don? Where's Don? It's that one there with the black and orange.
Yeah.
It was the Don who was sideways. And oh, who's that? Is that Fury? Yeah, yes. Fury's had a bit of a moment then Fury. As Keegs comes up to lap Fury. Oh, just gets by. These back markers need to stay off the racing line here when they're rejoining the track. Liam's in the pits from P12. So let's see what Liam can do at the moment. But Gary on the back of Unorthodox at the moment.
See, they're lapping in the 41s here, and Phil is back in the 42.3s, and he was lapping consistently the 41s before.
He was, yes, earlier he was. I'm wondering if his tyres are getting up to temperature, although I'd imagine they are up to temperature by now.
I don't think Phil would be, he's not battling, is he?
Not really. Big Boy Brazier's got a couple of litres less, so he's going to have to pit before. Keegs is well under fueled compared to Phil, so he's got to pit well before Phil. And Jamie Brazier, how has he saved that? Oh no, they've both gone. They've both gone there. Was it a bit of a tap on the rear of Jamie from Jamie Brazier on Phil? Oh dear.
That's the problem when cars are going this fast. They need to give a bit more respect. You know, 30 laps in, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I think or not. I think Gary is reeling in Peaceful, but very slowly.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
A couple of
half a second.
Oh no, Gary was 0.3 slower last time round. Although Peaceful's just on a 42.1. So what's Gary going to do this lap? I'm not surprised because these two should really catch Peaceful.
Tour, yeah,
they're sort of working with each other. These two are. So we'll see what these two can do. They're catching up to a bit of traffic. Gary goes and does a 41.2 there then. That's Fury they're gaining on, and he gets in the way a little bit there of Unorthodox. Oh! And a big three-car collision. Oh, let's hope Gary has a reset button. Oh,
it doesn't look like he does.
Someone's retired. Fury's left the session. Yeah. So Gary's going again. Fury has left the session there.
Where's Phil? Because obviously these are up to speed.
Yeah, Phil is up to speed. So is Keegs.
Where's Gary? Nah, he's back up there. He's back up nearly 2 ton, isn't he? So
yeah, he's probably back up to top speed now. Phil then down in 8th behind Big Boy Brazier, Little Legion champ. After his earlier incident.
In his slip though.
Yeah, Keegs could have Gary soon. The back markers proving to get in the way again. As Unorthodox pit sends Gary up into 2nd. Keegs is 3rd, and we reckon. I don't know if Phil will get Unorthodox now, depending on the pit stop. Look at Keegs out all over the back of Gary with the slipstream. If you're wondering why the cars jump, that is the player's internet connection. It's just a bit of lag on their end. Gary has the slipstream from NJ, and Keegs has done him a treat there.
Lovely move.
Yeah, brilliant. NJ just having to get Gary boxed in. Does Gary have mechanical problems? Because
he has gone slow again, hasn't he? Yeah.
He's very slow. Or if he didn't change his tyres, that may not have helped him.
Might not have, yeah. But Peaceful doesn't look like he's dropped off, to be fair. I said that he hasn't really been following anyone.
No, but
Gary's had that slide, hasn't
Gary's
he?
just had a slide.
Well,
There is what I mean. Yeah, Gary's just had the slide. And I think we're going to have to load something here.
Phil's back in the 41.
Oh, Gary's over! Gary's again! He's up and on his roof! He's hanging here like a cow! Champ's now gone past! And Gary 131! Well...
He wasn't much of a smooth operator there, Matt.
No, he was not a smooth operator at all. Apologies for what's just about to happen on stream. That was my bad. I am trying to just find the webcam. And there we go. In a moment.
I'll tell you what, this is all playing into Phil's hand, giving him a chance.
This
back.
is really playing into Phil's hand, giving Phil a great chance at the moment.
Peaceful is doing it absolutely everything he needs to do at the minute. I just hope a back marker doesn't get in his way like it has done the others.
Yeah, I hope not. The back markers kind of have been a bit of a nuisance tonight, haven't they?
I understand, like, it's probably the speed of the cars, you know, like when we're in the league and like you've got more time to move out the way, to be fair, and we haven't really done an oval track, have we? This is the first time.
Yeah.
But if they see somebody coming and you get a blue flag, maybe just pull right off.
Yeah, yeah, 100% get that there. Fury's just said, car is horrible for me, every corner keeps sliding no matter what setup he picks. That's unlucky from Fury then.
Champ's up there in the 41.8s now, so he's matching Peaceful. Peaceful with a 41.8 when he doesn't have a slipstream. That's a phenomenal lap time.
From Peaceful?
Yeah, with
really?
no slipstream, a 41.8.
Matching Champ. I'm not sure where Champ is on the circuit or who he's got. Smithy's in the pits
Champ's
again.
third at the minute. He's 36 litres of fuel. Peaceful's about the same, so...
Yeah, they're on a similar strategy then here, are Champ and Peaceful Explosion.
So it's sort of the race is sort of stagnated a bit at the minute. It's not much going on at the minute, which is a bit like oval racing, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit oval racing, but as well we've got the.
It's more the strategies, isn't it? Coming.
This is it. We've got to just wait for this. Yeah, we've got to wait.
Let it settle down.
Let's wait and see what happens here, though, at the moment.
I'm surprised by the turn left Guru that he isn't further up there, to be fair.
Well, he's been on his roof twice, hasn't he? Through maybe no fault of his own, you know. Who's he on the back of here? That's Little Leach, his brother, he's on the back of. Leach Motorsport having a bit of a fight.
Well, will they be helping each other out, do you think? Or do you think because it's a fun race, it's no holds barred?
I think they're going to want to win it either way. Every racer wants to win every race. Oh, that was... Who's that? I think that was Peaceful, who's lapped Gary. Who had a bit of... Yeah, Peaceful had a bit of a slide there.
He has dropped time there, yeah. He has dropped time.
How bad's that, Gary? A lap down. No, I think the brothers will work with each other to get to Champ and then hopefully get themselves on the back of Keegs. Keegs, though, in the pit, so they're not going to get on the back of him. Keegs had plenty of fuel left, to be fair, to go for a lot longer.
He's still got 18 litres,
yeah, that's what I mean. Plenty of fuel for another... a good couple more laps. Maybe the tyres have gone. Maybe this is what we'll see with Gary if the tyres have gone. Tyre where it's going to be an issue around this circuit then. So let's see here who's going to do what.
So Keegs is just coming out now. He's fully fueled. Phil's back in the 41s, but he's got a tow. Is that Peaceful ahead of Phil?
I believe it will be. He was about to lap Gary.
Right.
So yeah, Phil is now a lap down. I don't think it's to matter too much at the moment, to be honest.
No,
still
as
only...
you say, lap's only 40 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, less than that, isn't it? Phil's, about 40 seconds. So if Phil can just keep up on the back of Peaceful, because he's done consistent laps.
I wonder, Sutty, because you said you're not sure if Peaceful and Gary changed their tyres. If they didn't change the tyres, was that a result? Peaceful's little slide, we didn't see it, but was that a case of Peaceful's tyres maybe just going, but he's trying to hang them in there?
It maybe is with a stint, but he's doing incredible lap times if his tyres are going off.
Yeah, heck of a lap time.
He just doesn't want to push him too far.
Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Smithy! Oh, and he's hit Peaceful!
Phil's on
his roof. That's Gary as well.
Gary's off.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, back markers today have been terrible. Oh, Gary's just tried to rejoin the track on the racing line. Back markers today have been horrendous.
They've played a massive part in this race.
It's a good job damage isn't on, let me tell you that. Is Phil diving in? No, Phil's just getting up to speed, stays off the racing line. Don is in the pits, but I tell you what, back markers today, you can't make it up.
It's been awful, to be honest, Matt. I can imagine the frustration of the front runners. They can't be enjoying it.
Indeed, they can't. It's got to be frustrating there. Smithy tried to spin the car back round, but came on the racing line and absolutely peppered Peaceful. We didn't see what Gary got caught up in. Gary and Phil was near each other, so we didn't see what happened there.
Is Peaceful on the pad?
Nah, Peaceful's on the wheel. He just runs that higher. Higher thing, you can hear his wheel times. It's just bouncing on. There's a bit of connection.
Yeah, maybe the connection. He just looks a little bit like I would be.
Turning in nice and smooth still, so that's the bonus.
Yeah.
Here's Champ up in second place.
Champ's done alright to get back up a second. I know we've had other things go, but
he's done what he's needed to do. That's NJ just behind Champ, who is P10 at the moment. And we're on lap 42 of 200, so we're nearly at three-quarter race distance.
I tell you what though, if Gary did not change his tyres, they must be screaming after the instance.
Yeah, they've got to be.
Had.
And he can't be far off a pit stop, Gary.
No, he can't.
Just take a look at his fuel, 22 litres.
22 litres.
Yeah, not far off of a pit stop at all. But back markers Sutty, the talk of the town. Sebastian Vettel would be kicking off.
Part of the blue flag song would be getting played on repeat, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's been atrocious, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not what we need to see.
It's not what we want to see.
No, you don't. You want to see the back markers get out of the way, and this goes for everybody because we saw Gary do it a moment ago as well. You know, if you're rejoining the track, just make sure you stay off the racing line while you're getting back up to speed. These guys are doing 220 mile an hour near enough.
It's exactly the same when you're on a slip road of a motorway. You wouldn't join a motorway at 20 mile an hour, Matt. You'd get to speed and then you'd merge with traffic.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
That's but when someone's doing 200, you don't want to be coming in at 30 mile an hour.
Oh, no. You'll end up over the fence.
Be like one of our golf shots.
Hey, the less said about it, the better. But I tell you what, Peaceful Explosion still has the lead of this race by 17 seconds. Possibly has a good pit stop strategy over Champ. 12.5 litres in his tank. He's coming up to a bit like Big Boy Brazier. Champ's got 15. So around about Champ and Peaceful on a similar pit stop strategy as is Little Leach.
As well. Big Boy Brazier's about the same.
Interesting to see this.
Same at the minute.
Yeah, Gary, Phil's the only one who's got a bit more that can go a few extra laps compared to these other guys. But at the moment, yeah.
They're on default setups, aren't they, Matt?
Yes.
Oh, so it means they can't adjust fuel mapping?
No, so they can't put it in lean or rich or anything, so they can't fuel save. So it is all about who's doing what, pretty much. As we see Gary 131 here then.
See, the top three, they're not really close, are they?
Yeah,
together?
I get what you're saying.
We've got Big Boy Bridge, then we've got Gary. I say Gary and Phil are close. And then after that,
big gap back to Keegs, about 20-second gap back to Keegs.
Yeah.
Keegs has got Monkey Boy with him.
It's mainly the top six at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's 18 seconds back to Keegs. Keegs is on the back of, I think that's Champ.
We have got another 156 laps though, Matt.
There is still that. Long way to go yet. 20 people watching. Guys, give this video a big thumbs up. Someone's gave it a thumbs down. That's not what we want to see. Keegs goes 6 tenths quicker than his best lap. Keegs in the 40-second mark. We've not seen anybody in the 40 seconds yet in this race, and Keegs has done it.
Oh, he's on it.
Keegs going strong.
If he can maintain that sort of 40 seconds, he will eventually catch up to the leaders.
Oh, 100%. He'll catch Phil.
Yeah.
Phil's crossed the line 41.7, so a second slower than Keegs.
Yeah. Phil's getting up to the back of Gary. It'd be interesting to see what Phil does here. Whether he tries to get past Gary or use Gary.
Yeah,
or
does
they try and work with each other.
Yeah, do they kind of get pit? Do you pit the same time and sort of put yourself on Gary's strategy?
I'd probably go with Gary's strategy being that close and just try and work together. They're 50 odd seconds behind, so they might as well work together to try and get up towards the top.
Yeah, that's it.
It seems like the back markers are pretty spread out now, so...
Yeah, they do, to be fair.
That looks like he's dropped off, look, letting him pass, is he?
Who is that? That is... Oh! Straight in between the middle of Phil, so someone's not seen Phil coming.
That's a bit naughty.
Yeah, he's obviously wanted to get the toe of Gary, but hasn't seen Phil coming, and I think Phil's had to get out the back of that, so Peaceful in the pits.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, we've lost a driver. Who've we lost? We've lost a racer. We've lost Smithy. Smithy's retired from this race. So we've lost Smithy from this one then, folks.
We got Peaceful coming in. Yeah, I think Phil did have to back out of that. Well, you can tell by his lap time. So a bit naughty, that.
Yeah, he's backed out. Who was that? Was that Monkey Boy? I think he's the only other one in blue and yellow. Where is he? Where's Gary? No, it's not Monkey Boy.
Could it have been Big Boy?
No, I don't think it was Jamie Brazier because there's no Gary and Phil at the moment. So who else could it have been, I wonder? Wasn't Don. Wasn't Welshie.
They're the only two. Big Boy Brazier. Oh, who's that noise there?
Who's that with Gary? Yeah, car number. Let's see the
what number it is.
No, I can't. You've gone off Gary. I still didn't get it.
I'll tell you what, we'll try.
Number. Champ and Little each now in the pits. Big Boy Brazier is still in the pit lane as well. Gary, does he pit this time round? Let's wait and see. Can't quite make out that number at the moment.
It's like Fyong.
Yeah, and it's bright yellow, so I'm struggling to see it. It's not Keegs. Yeah. It's not Monkey Boy, because it's not Peaceful, obviously. It's not Brazier. It's on Orthodubs. It was on Orthodubs, and he'd just come back in for Gary's slipstream. And had, yeah. Well, that was a bit of a shame for Phil. Phil's dropped off the back. He's up into second, so him and Gary still yet to pit. So let's wait and see then what these guys can do. Champ and Little each still in the pits. Peaceful Explosion's come out behind Monkey Boy, who's in the pit lane now. So let's see where Peaceful Explosion is compared to Champ, Little each and Monkey Boy. In fact, he's just passed Monkey Boy. Champ's out the pit lane. He's got Little each. Will Peaceful get to Champ? Champ could have closed in on Peaceful here after that round of pit stops.
Oh, they have an half. They're racing together.
There's Champ.
There's Champ. Peaceful isn't far down the road.
Yeah, he's just there, look, just in front of him. Gary's now in the pits and Phil leads this race. Yeah.
Phil needs to get the hammer down here.
Doesn't he? Just really
2
needs to get it. 2
seconds behind Gary after that.
He's not got much of a slipstream though, that's the problem.
Really struggled, Phil. Promising start. It just hasn't gone his way.
Few incidents with back markers, hasn't it? And then it's just like you say, it's just not really happened for him.
It's been story of his season, to be fair.
Into the pits he comes now, though. So Phil is pitting. Now I wonder then if Peaceful Explosion.
Might be interested to see the times, yeah.
If Peaceful Explosion double stinted his tyres, is that why Champ has closed in on him so much? Because that gap's only a couple of seconds now. In fact, we should see them coming around the corners any moment. Where is Peaceful Explosion? So Keegs takes the lead of this race. Peaceful Explosion is there, and Champ is 2.5 off the back of him. So Champ's had a blinding pit stop here. Right up, yeah. Peaceful needs to use that back marker of, I think Don Productions in front, to pull away from Champ, while Champ's not got any slipstream at the moment. This could be an interesting one. This really could. Phil's dropped down to 4th. Unorthodox looks like he might get him.
There's definitely strategies coming into play here.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, Gary's 9th, so we're expecting Phil to come out about 9th or 10th, maybe 8th, if his pit stop's right. We're expecting him to come out ahead of Gary then, but Unorthodox, Brazier, NJ may have to pit again. In fact, Phil's out. Phil's jumped Gary.
Yes. I wonder if it has come to tyres then.
Possibly. I reckon then, as that's Keegs just put in a lap on Phil, but Keegs pitted a long time ago, running a different strategy of these guys. Now it's going to be interesting to see come the end of this race who's got to like splash and dash and who's done a pit stop.
He's actually made quite a bit of time because he's 42 seconds from the leader, and after he had that little altercation, he was 50 odd behind.
Yeah, so he's
Phil's actually made some time back. So I wonder if that is right. I wonder if some of them are double stinting the tyres.
Well, what kind of fuel is Keegs on? Because he's a lap down on Keegs.
Right.
And what fuel is
Keegs on 32.
Keegs has got half the fuel that Phil's got. So if you look at the gap, actually take 12 seconds off of Phil's time, he's only 31 seconds behind Peaceful. So he's gained no end. So I wonder if Peaceful and Gary then have double stinted the tyres.
Yeah, it looks looking that way, isn't it?
So that maybe next pit stop for Peaceful and Gary will be a bit of a quicker pit stop because they're on fresh tyres now.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is the case then. We'll have to wait and see. Only they know what they're doing.
Oh, Zach Keys. Keys has been very, very lucky there.
Oh, I've just missed that. Let's have a look on the stream.
Liam. Yeah, it's Liam. It's on his roof.
Liam's on his roof. Oh, if he's not got a reset. Oh, he has got a reset button. He's going now. Liam, stay high. Please stay high. Get back up to speed.
Go low.
No, don't go low yet. Now go low. Go to the left. In fact, actually, no. He's sort of sat middle of the road at the moment. Liam just needs to be a bit careful here. There goes a back mark. Oh, he's staying to one side at least. Oh, he's gone high.
He's done a good job there.
He's kept to one side. He's stuck to a line so that for the oncoming traffic they can see him going. He's not just sort of rejoined and pulled in front. This man, though, has a 3.9 second gap back to Champ. What can Champ do? He's gained time at the moment. But what can Champ do? Peaceful Explosion, though, currently, provisionally, I'd say, leading this race when Keegs makes his pit stop. Keegs on a complete different strategy. Is about to lap Gary 131 here, is the race leader. Or provisional race leader, should I say. So that is where Gary currently is at the moment.
Trying to see if there's any battles on at the minute. It doesn't look like there is really, does it?
Yeah, no, not really. I think it's just kind of we're over a third into this race, and I think we're just kind of
we're going into the settling. I think it is strategy at the minute, isn't it? Which is quite interesting. It'd be interesting afterwards once you get a few of them in to know exactly what they've done.
Oh, 100%. Here goes Peaceful then, putting a lap on Gary 131, and that's that job done. But now Gary can sort of stick with Peaceful and use Peaceful to gain on Phil. Peaceful's gaining on Keegs though at the moment as well.
So Phil's 42.3, Gary's 42.1, so it is working. Peaceful 41.4.
Yeah, heck
and
of a
Orthodox is doing the same.
We've only seen one man in the 40s, which is Keegs. I've not seen another 40 lap time from him or anybody else since he did the one. Good job though so far. Peaceful just looks like he's got pace. He looks like he's pulling away from Gary.
Yeah. I'm going board with Gary for a bit.
This is an interesting thing that I'm noticing here. See if Gary... I've only just noticed you've got the speedo on. You've had it on since the beginning of the race pretty much, but I've only just noticed. Let's see.
$200.
Yeah, he's not knocking it into 6th, so that's not the thing that's slowing him down.
He looks like he's gaining a bit here.
Yeah, he has done here, doesn't he? Just looked like Peaceful was pulling away from him slightly when he was on the other view, but Gary keeping it well within the slipstream at the moment.
Just shows you the tour, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's gone into 6th there. That's where Gary, I think, is losing a bit too much time. He keeps just knocking it into 6th.
I wonder if he's worried about over-revving. The mechanical failures being on.
Potentially. Down to 4th there.
To be fair, his probably best bet is probably just to sit behind Peaceful.
Yeah,
Peaceful's doing a very good job.
Just let Peaceful... Peaceful did a 41.8 last lap with no tow. Gary behind did a 41.4 with the tow. But because he went into sixth, he's sort of had to drop fifth and then fourth. It's pulled him that far back that he's still got the slipstream.
Yeah, but then he's going to pull himself close again, so he's going to get his 41 again.
Yeah, exactly. Unorthodox in the pit, so clearly on a different strategy to the other guy. So we're expecting these lot to pass unorthodox. Bit of a clip on the wall there.
In the pits now.
Yeah, so where's Little Leach, Phil, Gary going to come? Well, there's Little Leach passing him. Phil's coming round turn 4. He's on the exit to turn 4. Phil's got the slipstream on a back marker. That's Liam. Leader in the pit, so Peaceful will inherit his race lead, and Phil is back onto the lead lap. Lap 60 we're on now, so 1:40 to go here. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not doing too bad. We've only been live for 1 hour 19 minutes, but 10 minutes that was a qualifying, so you know, going all right at the minute. Qualifying in a bit of wait time. We was live 15 minutes prior to that as well, so we've been live for about an hour. We've been racing for about 45 minutes, let's say, waiting for people to ready up.
You said about 6 gear?
Yeah.
Bill's putting in 6 quite a bit.
I wonder if that's why he's losing a bit of time. While I think the slipstreaming might be the key, you don't need to touch 6th while you're in not slipstreaming. Phil has passed Keegs here then. Or Keegs, sorry, he's on pit entry, so Phil could pass Keegs. There's Keegs you see at the bottom of your screen now on the inside. Nope, that's not Keegs, that's a different blue car. That is Unorthodox. But Phil has passed Keegs though in the meantime. We didn't get to see Keegs come out the pit lane, so Phil up to P5 ahead of Keegs. But obviously Keegs on a different strategy.
I wonder if Liam's holding them up a little bit.
Possibly, but Liam's lapping 41.9s at the same time. He's gone high. You see, it's not like Liam's lapping slow, is it? Phil's just...
No, he's doing alright.
I mean, there were only a couple of hundredths between them last time around. I think for Liam here, he's obviously not been racing that long, and an Indy car chucking him straight in this is a bit of a big thing for him. Do you know what I mean? And 42 dead there last time round, Phil on a 41.8. That there's just messed Phil up. Turn 1, Liam going low. If Liam's going to be lapped, he needs to stay high.
I think Phil's trying to get past him by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think if Liam's to be lapped, he's to stay higher than Phil. But I mean, he's going to keep the tow. Where's Gary? Is Gary still stuck behind Peaceful? Yeah, right on the back of Peaceful. With Unorthodox just in front, so Unorthodox could be giving Peaceful a tow here.
He's doing a good strategy here though. Look at the lap time, 41.2. So it's working in Gary's favour, this.
Indeed it is. Look at Peaceful really getting on Unorthodox then through the slipstream, Sooty, at the moment.
Yeah.
Really
interesting
pulling
battle starting to form.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peaceful! Oh, Gary's tapped the rear of Peaceful! Where's Champ? Champ has taken the lead!
Dramas.
Oh, Peaceful got a bit of a wiggle and Gary just tapped the back of him there and it's put them both off, but Champ leads this one now by 6 seconds.
I tell you what, it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Peaceful's managed to stay out of drama. Hey.
Peaceful just got a slide there though, Sooty, and Gary just tapped the rear of him, and that was enough to send them both round.
His speed just got scrubbed. You just seen it.
And with Gary doing such a speed, the difference, because Peaceful hadn't fully lost it and gone, Gary was just right on the back of him. I tell you what, Aston, that's let Phil off a little bit with Gary catching him. And but it's also gave Champ a 9-second lead here in this race on a similar pit strategy. I'm just going to have to step away for 2 moments, Sooty. I'll let you take over momentarily.
No problem. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. We've got Phil, who's only 31 seconds behind the leader. He's had a few dramas throughout the race. Champ's managed to get in the lead now, with Peaceful having a bit of an altercation with Gary. It's been a good race at the minute with a few different strategies playing out. Me and Matt think that some of them are double stinting, maybe double stinting tyres, which means they're not changing them, they're just fueling and carrying on. Have a look, see if we've got any battles going on. It's pretty much, it's stagnated a little bit now, the race. It's more strategies are unfolding. We get a bit of slipstream, you know, when they're getting up to a back mark and stuff like that, but we see the lap times increase from like about a 42 second up to about a 41 second with a slipstream. There he is, champ. He's now 9.5 seconds in the lead. With his next rival, Peaceful, who led this race for about 64, probably about 60 laps of the race. The fastest person last lap on track was actually Don Productus. It was the Don, which we haven't seen much of during this race, but we raced with him in a previous league, and it's good to see him back.
Very good to see Don back, you're right, and good to see NJ back as well.
Yeah.
20 people watching the stream, only 13 likes, guys. Get that thumbs up, hit get this video to 20 plus likes if possible. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you, Beth. Champ then leads by 17 seconds from Peaceful Explosion. So from Big Boy Brazier, sorry. So has Peaceful Explosion had another altercation somewhere? Because he has lost a lot of time at the moment. We're seeing Don currently on the back of Gary 131. This not for position. Gary is a lap or two in front. Don is actually on lap 65. Don is 3 laps off the lead. And Gary down in P6 at the moment, a lap off the lead so far. So then, just to run you through, Welsh has just gone into the pits. It's Champ who leads from Big Boy Brazier with Peaceful Explosion in P3. Little Leech P4, Phil 5th, Gary 6th, Keegs in 7th on a really strange strategy compared to everybody else. Monkey Boy's in 8th, Unorthodox 9th, NJ's 10th, Don's 11th, Welshie 12th, and Liam Gamer down in P13. We've lost Smithy, we've lost Fury, we've lost Dean Wasocki, who was in the wrong car earlier. But, Don currently finding it hard to stick with Gary in the slipstream.
Here we go then, Champ now 17.5 seconds in the lead. Oh yeah, Champ's coming in. Oh.
Don's in. I was just saying, Sutty, has Peaceful had another mistake?
I think so, because he was only around 9 seconds behind Champ.
Yeah, he was. He was only about 9 seconds behind Champ.
So it looks like maybe he has.
Yeah, it's strange one. Because I don't get why. I don't get why it's you know, why it's...
We got on fuel. No, he hasn't pitted. I just wondered if he pitted, but he hasn't. I wonder if he missed it.
Champ running similar fuel to Peaceful Explosion at the moment.
The only good thing this has done now is Gary now. We've got 44 seconds to the lead, but they're all spread out, sort of a nice gap between each other.
Yeah.
So it'll be just interesting to see who can get that lap time narrowed down.
Again, though, Sutty, backmarker's playing a huge problem.
Yeah.
Big Boy Brazier coming out of the pits as Peaceful was gaining on him. And then all of a sudden, Peaceful got a wiggle on under the turbulent air and went into the back of... Gary caught the back of Peaceful, should I say.
Yeah, like I said, I said on the stream, I was sort of like roughly, you know, trying to think, but it must have been about 60 laps that Peaceful led.
Easily.
Yeah,
he's led majority of this race.
He has an half, and then
he's
for
led
something like that
majority
to
of this
happen.
race.
I mean, I know, like, to be fair, most of the top runners, they've all had dramas. I think every single one of them's been affected at some point of the race.
Yeah, but, you know, you'd think by this stage of the race, we're sort of getting in a rhythm and having a nice flow and things.
People got their eye in as well.
Yeah, that's it. Very good evening to Kieran Argent, who joins us now. Kieran, are you well?
Yeah, not too bad. Evening, everyone. I thought I'd give you a round and help out. I'm looking on the iPad, and I do apologise if I react to something, but I'm about 10 seconds behind you guys on the lobby.
Just bear with me 2 moments. I'm going to try and get
Evening, Kieran.
Evening.
So then, Champ leads by 17 seconds from Big Boy Brazier. Keegs is on a weird strategy here, Sutty.
Yeah, he seems to be just pitting early, doesn't he?
Pits a lot earlier. I mean, look at Champ 13.9. If we go through the top lot, Champ 13 litres. What's Big Boy Brazier on? He's on 12. Peaceful's on 12. 15. 20 for Phil. 18 for Gary. And then you get to Keegs. He's on 43. So he's on a very weird strategy.
It is a different strategy, yeah.
Maybe he finds it better with a heavier fuel load, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Possibly. He did. He's the only guy in the 40s that we've seen at the moment.
I think Phil's done one. We're looking down on race feeds. It says fastest lap Phil N87.
That might be qualifying.
40.06.
Is that changing?
Might be, right.
If that doesn't change on, if you don't see anybody, if that doesn't change on the thingy,
I do apologise.
Yeah, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Phil did take pole. He's not had many poles at Simplay Motorsport this year, but he took pole today, and this could be a big win. Mazda, the overall winner of our 24-hour race. Who's going to win here? Monaco's on the... I tell you what, do you know if Mazda was on this? If you're watching Mazda, listen. If Mazda was on this, he won the 24-hour race. He could have won at Indy. If he does race next season, he could have won a Triple Crown. Could have been a Triple Crown winner.
Yes, but it had to be Le Mans, not Daytona.
Yeah, but our version, isn't it? It's still a 24-hour race.
Well,
at the moment.
I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to that, man.
Yeah, true.
No, I'll give it a Maz. I'll give it a Maz if he was racing. I'm only jesting.
It's our...
I'll tell you what, though, 24 hours, no sleep.
Oh, hats off to him. Hats off to him. I had 6 hours, Kip. I made sure I got myself...
3, Matt.
What, 3 hours sleep?
No, 3 hours racing.
Well, Dean barely did. Dean did about half an hour and had the AI, and then the game kicked him off.
Oh, God. Then poor Liam with the pits.
Liam got disqualified. Rabbit Joe did about 17 hours, and then it kicked him. True,
yeah, you went backwards in the pits. That was Daytona.
But at least Kieran's excuse was it was wet, not dry.
And at least you hadn't done like 14 hours, Kieran.
Yeah. As we see NJ coming out of the pit lane, then we're on board with Keegs at the moment, who's got, I think, that might be Monkey Boy just behind him.
Champ's doing a 41.5 with no slipstream.
Where is? Oh no, he has. He's got a bit of a toe from Liam.
Sorry,
He'll be in the toe from Liam there. What's he going to do this time around?
Behind 41.9.
41.4.
Yeah,
but again with that toe from Liam.
Yeah.
Although, is it Champ's turn to get punted by a back marker? Let's hope not. But let's wait and see at the same time.
I hope not.
Kieran Smith is going to try and invite you in because he is sat in the pits because he got DQ'd. So he is trying to. We're going to try and get you invited into the.
Phil's slowly gaining on the back of Little Leach. He's on 40. He's about half a second quicker than Little Leach.
Well, pit strategy
Peaceful. What's
again.
Up with
Peaceful and Big Boy Brazier in the pits.
Oh, there we go. I think the cameraman had gone for a bit of time off there.
Now, we reckon that Peaceful will not change tyres on this pit stop because this is his third pit stop, isn't it? Champ is in. So Little each second.
We could do what we've seen. Right, when it came out last time, Phil's delta was 22 seconds.
Peaceful's second incident was Liam blocked him, causing him to spin.
Right, that's what we've seen,
Champ's
wasn't it?
in and out. Champ's in and out.
There you are. 37.1 best lap delta for Peaceful. Phil's last time round was 22 in the red. So they're roughly lapping about the same.
Yeah, Peaceful's done a 118.3. Champ's not out, sorry, he's in the pits. Just coming to his pit box.
I'm wondering if Peaceful's changed tyres.
Well, let's have a look here. So Peaceful's pit stop just then. Peaceful's lap after his pit stop was a 118.
Yeah, 118.3.
So that was his in lap. Yeah. Let's see his out lap. We'll jot them down, and then let's see what Phil's doing. As Phil again takes the lead of this race after the pit stops.
But he normally
Little Leach
comes
got
in
a
a lot later, doesn't he?
40.9. Oh, Little Leach has done a 40. 40.9 says Little Leach he's done. Monkey Boy's just done a 40.8.
Yeah, just seen that.
So we've seen him now. Where is Champ? Why have we where's the cameraman looking? Champ's still in the pits. That's why we can't see Champ.
In the pits. He's
there coming out
Phil,
now.
I believe Phil, he's got 5 litres. I wonder if he could get another lap.
Still got a lap or two here. Got a lap or two here.
Yeah.
He's put a lap on Little Leach.
He's got 21 seconds.
Where's Peaceful Explosion? Let's see when he... Right, he's just done a 105.8.
Right, yeah.
So that was in-lap and out-lap for Peaceful.
So if we have a look and see what Phil's doing, because we think they're on alternate strategies, don't we?
We think Peaceful and Gary are double stinting their tyres. Gary's down in P9. We didn't see Gary pit. So let's see when Phil pits. He's not pitting this time around.
He's got 3.5
Yeah, he's still got enough for a lap.
Next lap, yeah. He's probably doing the right thing, to be fair. He's stopping 41.7s.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. He's got Big Boy Brazier just behind him, but a lap down is Big Boy Brazier. Keegs is just on a 40.7. Track rubbering in here.
Yeah, the lap times are starting to come, aren't they?
Could we see a 39 by the end of this race? If Mazda was here, we probably already would have done. Because that's just Mazda. But could we see
like
it by
one
the end
lap.
of this race? Yeah, just one lap. So let's
One
go back to
lap.
Phil. And let's see what he can do. I assume this is his in lap.
Phil hit the wall.
Oh,
I think
are
I
you
hit
in the
the wall.
lobby now?
Yeah, I'm in lobby, yeah.
Ah, sweet. Kieran is
I can
in.
see someone hit the wall.
Phil is now in the pit
Here
lane.
we go.
So let's see his in-lap time.
I just see a blue car hit the wall on the outside of one of the entries to one of the corners.
That might have been Big Boy Brazier just behind. Phil in the pits then. Will he cross the line before his pit stop? No, he won't. There you see the brick wall at the start-finish straight. What are we going to see lap time-wise from Phil here as he pulls into the pits?
Yeah, if we just stay on board, it'll give us a rough idea what's going on, Matt.
Yeah, well, the tyres aren't being changed, but that graphic could be lying to us anyway.
He's down. He's out.
That looked a quick
That
stop.
was a quick pit stop, yeah.
So
but-
Phil there
yeah.
did a 1:18.4. Was actually a tenth slower than Peaceful.
So, right, now is that the one where they're not changing tyres then?
Well, I've made that to be Peaceful's third pit stop.
Right.
But Phil is... No, he's not. Peaceful's just coming now. Phil will all jump, possibly, on Orthodubs. And Little Leach, more importantly.
So
Phil's
we've
on
got
a strategy
good gauge
here
then.
that every
Yeah.
pit stop Phil does, he gains a place or two.
Yeah.
This is the hard bit. He can't get up to maximum speed yet because he's got to get around this corner on the bottom bit. There's Welsh Hughes off. That's not what we wanted to see. And we're away now then.
Yeah.
He's up to speed, but he's crucially jumped Little Leach and Unorthodox is in the pits and has gapped Gary even more.
So it's working for him.
Slowly
So if he
but
can-
surely.
so- yeah. Now, if he can get on the back of Peaceful,
What's the
we
gap?
know
8 seconds.
We know Keegs has to pit. He's got 18.
Keegs is on a different
fuel now.
strategy altogether. Whereas
Yeah.
Champ, Big Boy Brazier, Peaceful and Phil are pitting within the same 5 laps.
So if
of
we
each
look
other.
between them, like say, if, I'm not saying it's. I mean, Keeg's strategy might work the best. We don't know
this
as
is
yet.
it. Keegs could come in
Yeah.
and just splash and dash at the very end, or
Yeah, exactly.
Keegs may have already pitted and be honest, his tyres and fuel till the end of the race.
Yeah.
Whereas Phil everybody else may have to pit within the last 10 laps. We just don't know. Strategy is key here.
Or maybe Keegs is just slowly topping up. Maybe he's going in with 20 and just putting, the 50 in to make the 70 each time.
No,
It's
I don't know,
chipping
because he's
away,
not pitting
chipping
too
away.
much, is he? I mean, does the Honda hold a bit less than the Chevrolet? Does it hold a bit more? That's the interesting one to note. But he's got a 20-second gap back to Champ at the moment.
See, Phil's done a 44.1, and what was Peaceful's out lap?
A
Yeah.
105.8. I think we missed Phil's other lap. I think we missed
Right.
it.
We
So we'll
missed
have to
it.
check next time round when they both come into the pits. But Keegs at the moment, 20 seconds in the lead of this race. Kieran, have you caught much of the race so far?
I've had it on my iPad. I'm watching it. I wasn't clear of the seat times and lap times, etc.
What was your thoughts of back markers and stuff early on?
It's not been great. I must admit. I've never raced an oval race myself. I don't know what experience it's like. But in my opinion, if you're getting laps, you should stay high and let the lapping car go low.
That's what we sort of said. What did you make to Dean Wasaki picking the wrong car in general? So you get there's four IndyCar choices. There's the 2 Chevys, the 2 Hondas, but there's the road course Honda for the racetracks, or there's the oval one. Same with the Chevy. Dean went with the road track one.
I don't know. Let's say I've never driven these carbon project cars. I don't know what it looks like and what the word is like.
More wings and winglets and more aerodynamic than obviously
Yeah, I
to
heard
stick
you
it to
say that,
yeah.
honestly.
Just a bit of an
Just
oops
bad
moment
luck.
there for Dean, isn't it? I suppose.
It's bad luck.
Yeah, one of them, isn't it?
It'd be interesting. I think this is the only time that we've seen Keegs stay out till the end of his fuel. So it'd be interesting to see when he
Potentially,
fuels
yeah.
that, how much
Yeah.
he puts in and where he comes out.
Well, let's stay with Keegs then until he pits, and we'll see what his fuel comes in on.
Because he's going to bring himself onto sort of the strategy of the rest of them by doing this.
Is he? Because I mean, what's Champ got in? Keegs is down under
Champ-
10 litres now.
Champ's
he's
got
got
50.
40 litres more than Champ.
48. Peaceful's 48. Phil's 58.
Yeah, he's obviously
The
only just done
Keegs has got 8.
That's what I'm saying. So Keegs is 40 litres less than everybody else, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Is Keith waiting maybe? I don't know, for still have 100.
I don't know. His strategies. I don't know. Keegs could be on a good strategy. We don't know who's on the right strategy until the very
That's
sort
the
of last
problem at the
50
minute,
laps.
yeah.
Into it. I mean, what laps is Keegs getting? Let's mark down what lap Keegs pits.
Well, looking at the lap times, I've watched the gap between Keith and Champ for the last lap and a half, and it's hovering about 20.4, 20.6 all the way around, so it's not really catching, if anything.
No, and Keegs looks like he's starting to gain on a car in front that may give him a bit of tow. Keegs has got about, what do you reckon, Sutty? About 3 laps of fuel from what we've seen other guys use at the moment?
I'd
left
say
in the
about
tank.
3, yeah. I say he's got about 3 laps.
So it'll be interesting to see what Keegs can do here. We'll mark down what time he pits and see how many laps he's getting on his strategy. That's Liam coming out the pits! And hopefully he stays out the way. I really, really hope so. There's not much traffic coming round, actually, so he's got away with that one as Liam.
He needs to get himself well off to stay there.
Oh, he stayed down, he stayed low.
Yeah.
He's done the right thing there. He stayed below. No, he's done right there. Well done, Liam. That's twice we've sort of seen him do a bit all right.
Yeah, he has.
Now he needs
Stay
to keep there with Gary
fast.
and Little Leach coming. Leach Motorsport slipstreaming each other. Oh, this is going to get tight and nervous for Gary, who's managed to get past, and Little Leach follows. Oh, he's tapped the rear of Little Leach. Little Leach flips and flies and bouncing through the air. Oh, and Little Leach lands on Welshie. And now MJ's T-boned Little Leach. Oh, Craig, what has happened there? Loads of people off. Keegs is in the pits. Lap 85, Keegs has pitted.
It's going to be another one if not careful.
So let's
He's
see
got
what...
70, so he's fully fueled.
Yeah, so fully fueled then.
I don't think he's changed tyres. Would it be that quick if he had? Let's have a look.
Let's see his lap time. 118 was Peaceful and Phil's. Yeah, 2/10 slower than
118,
2/10 slower than Phil.
So it'll be interesting now the next lap to see if they change tyres, because obviously it should be more than a 118. We now know it's a 118. Whatever that is.
If someone's slower than a 118.
It's either with tyres or it's without tyres.
So the interesting thing to note is Gary has not yet caught Keegs up. Where is Gary on track? So is Keegs' strategy here playing into his hands a bit? Like Phil's, we reckon. Phil, every time he pits, in fact, he's passed Big Boy Brazier on track, so Phil
he's
doing
actually
bits
got
is up to 3rd.
25
Oh, that's
seconds.
Liam who's lost it again. And Gary manages to avoid him there. That's Keegs just coming out to pit exit. And Gary's already dropped down into the tow. So Keegs' pit strategy is keeping him around P5 at the moment, with Little Leach having his incident earlier. But Champ leads.
Could that
See,
be one
Phil's
of
still
the-
got a couple... Sorry, Keith.
Keith seeing an incident could be the reason why he's pitted.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Tell you what we'll have to do. Tell you what we could do with next time. We could do with just a 15-car grid and having a pace car, so that when there's an incident like that, we can sort of say, right, bring the pace car out and get the safety car out,
And then bring the field together, let
just
people
bunch
unlock themselves,
them up.
go again. Yeah.
You know, pit lane open, like you see in real IndyCar, pit lane open, so everybody kind of dives into the pits, fresh set of tyres. That's when you see the tyres really get changed in this kind of thing. Gary's pitting. Now, I don't think Gary's due a pit stop. Oh, no, he is. Gary is due a pit stop. He's on 2.4. Pulls into the pits now.
Where's the strategy change for Gary then? Because Phil's on 45, Peaceful's on 35, so Gary has pitted at some point early. Oh, was it? I wonder, tyres. Do you think he's out of pit for tyres when he's
Possibly.
Had a few
Do you think
mishaps?
do you think he's pitted early because his tyres have gone potentially? This is why we're seeing him down in P8. But Gary now, he's only put 32.4 litres in that car.
Interesting.
Unless you've just done fuel and no tyres.
Or has he worked out with roughly the... You know what Gary's like? Has he worked out the amount of laps he's done to the fuel? Is he trying to fuel it at the end, so he's basically got nothing in the tank for the end of the race?
Possibly. 110 laps to go. He's only put 30 litres in. He's touched the grass and he's lost the car. And that's going to do the tyres no good. And there's Peaceful explosion! Oh, and Gary's really roll across the track. And Peaceful. And we've got many a car coming now. There could be a big pile up out of turn 2. Peaceful's just got going. Gary span and let the car roll across the track and got involved with Peaceful. That's allowed Phil into second place now then.
All on the grass as well. I think that was Liam on the grass.
Yeah, Liam on the grass, keeping out the way, I reckon. But how the tides have turned here. Peaceful who has led. Well, I don't know. Keegs Keegs and Champ have started to lead quite a lot of this race, Sutty.
They have enough, yeah. Champ's still 27 seconds ahead, but like we've seen with Peaceful, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And
twice now, people have been collected by an accident as well.
Yeah. They've all. Gary's had a few. Phil's had a couple. I think it's affected all of them at some stage in this race. Keegs is now up to 4th ahead of Big Boy Brazier. So Keegs on a good strategy at the moment. He's still with Big Boy Brazier, but lapping around the pace of Champ at the moment out front. Phil needs to use the 2 cars in front, which is Gary and I believe Monkey Boy or an Orthodubs, to get a hold of that one.
Right, they're on the back now, Phil. So hope he doesn't get collected.
Yeah, let's hope. That's Monkey Boy going low on Gary. Now, Gary's fuel would indicate to me what he put in the tank is around about. He'll be pitting just before Phil again. Last time
Phil's
out.
on 38.
Gary's on.
Gary's on 26. So I don't understand why he's done that.
No, he's got to have done that for a strategy.
There'll be a reason, yeah. Unless he's going to smash it as he changed tyres and just quickly just put a drop of fuel in.
Yeah, potentially. Liam stays high, allowing Gary through. Oh, he tries to get in Gary's slipstream there, and there's Phil. But Phil managing to go up the inside of Liam Gamer. We've heard that said a few times on the streams. Liam Gamer stays very high and in the wall and out the way.
There's no sausages on here, though.
No, there's no sausages on here, but plenty of incidents, Sutty.
Plenty of incidents.
By the way.
Yeah, Liam was in the wall a moment ago. Liam seems to be struggling here in this race. Peaceful explosion.
Peaceful doing?
Here's look.
Champ's in the 40s, 40.9.
Slipping on his own sandbags. What's Champ running at fuel-wise at the moment, Sutty? Can we work this one out?
Champ's on 25.
Good toe. He's had a good
34.
toe off of somebody. Who's that? Who's slipstreaming with him? That's Keegs. So Keegs and Champ running together. So the 2 different strategies here, slipstreaming each other, could be for this race. Keegs in the 40s as well. So these 2 both running at the same pace, but on 2 different strategies. Interesting.
See, what's Keegs on now, fuel-wise? He's 53 litres now.
Yeah, he's got about 30 litres over everybody.
Yeah.
And then when everybody else pits, he's about 40 litres. They've got 40 litres on him, so he really is on a different strategy and in a different car. The only one I've really saw in the Honda.
Yeah. The only thing I have noticed here is Peaceful is gaining on Phil. That's a bit of a battle. That's probably one of the closer battles I'd say we've got on track
Peaceful's
at the minute.
just pulling himself into slipstream territory at the moment, and Phil's not really got anything going on in front of him.
No, he's got no one really he can get a toe off yet.
No, that's it. He's not even got a back marker that's kind of there to get a toe. But Peaceful's just hovering around that slipstream territory.
Is there anybody else that you can see that we've got close on track, or is pretty much these just the front 6 still, isn't it?
These and
In fact, there's been an accident on the back straight.
Oh, who involved?
I'll start straight. I know, but no, not actually. Ignore that. People in the pits. I just think 2 dots not moving on there.
Don and Welshie in the pit lane, that's what Kieran will be relating to. Be interesting to see.
The checkered line on the map.
Be interesting to see the strategy when Peaceful pits again. When Keegs pits. Pitted on lap 85, so how long does he go? And then let's look at, say, Champ and Phil as well.
They work them all together, these 2. Well, I think he's dropped Keegs, hasn't he? Champ. That looks at that. Is that Gary
Keegs was
in
a
front?
lot closer. That is Gary in front.
So Champ's on the back of Gary now. It's working well for Champ at the minute with the slipstreams.
Yeah, but the one I'm key to looking at is where will these guys be at the end of this race? What strategy are they going to be on? Is Keegs on the right one? Is Champ on the right one? Has Gary just alternated to be on the right one? This is going to be interesting for me come the end of this race. Champ into the 40.7s with a massive toe off of Gary 131, and we can see them coming around turn 1 and 2 there. And on to, there's turn 2, onto the back straight. There you go now. Lap 100, so we are at half race distance as well. So halfway through this one, it's been going well so far, Sutty.
Yeah, it's been going well. I mean, we've had a few incidents to talk about.
Just a few, yeah.
But it has been going well. This is interesting with Champ and Gary at the minute because it's. Oh. What would you do if you were Champ? Would you get past Gary, or would you just let Gary continue doing what he's doing?
I'd kind of just go with him. Kind of just stay with him.
He's doing like 40.8, isn't he? So he's doing good lap times. It's not like, and we know Gary's no slouch.
What's Gary done? 40.8 as well. So these two matching each other. I'd kind of just use each other. Gary's down P9. He's 2 minutes 2 off the lead. With you being the leader, you know, are you going to really worry? I don't think you've got to pass Gary. I think this is the time to use it. Little each pits from P6.
I'd be more inclined just to stay behind Gary.
Yeah, just don't give up the slipstream. Just keep pumping in the lap times. Liam Gamer's just in front.
They're doing in the 40s.
That's Liam just in front then. Hopefully he stays out of the way. Little Each in the pits. That's Smithy's red car there, retired. So is that Little Each just coming out? Yep, Little Each just coming out the pits then. Oh no, it's just pulling into the pit, should I say.
Peaceful's getting there up to Phil. Slowly but surely. That
slipstream's just getting more effective each lap they do. Here. Leader on lap 1.
No, this could actually help Phil.
Phil and Peaceful need this.
They need to work together.
With Champ on the back of Gary doing 40s constantly, these two need to be doing it to each other. Phil's starting to get on the slipstream of a back marker, but as we've seen in this one, that's not always the best thing to do.
No, it's not, is it?
As Little Each is just pulling out the pit lane now. He's going to obviously keep it low.
I think Champ's picked one of the better back markers, to be fair.
Yeah. I'd rather be behind Gary than, say, Liam. No offence to Liam, but I'd rather be behind Gary to lap him. Is that Gary and Champ just behind? Yeah, they've just lapped Little Each. So these two aren't far off the back of Phil and Peaceful.
Not far. It was roughly 40, wasn't it? Or 40 seconds?
Well, Champ's just done a 40.7. What's he going to do this time? There. Gary's in 40.8. Does another 40.8. Champ does another 40.8. So these two are flying using each other at the moment. This is what they need to do.
There's Peaceful, just so we seen him out the screenshot. So they are gaining on Peaceful and Phil.
Peaceful needs to be on the back of Phil so that they can start to do this, because this is really playing into Champ's hands at the moment.
Especially knowing Gary's got a pit soon.
Yeah, it's a very, very good strategy. Champ's only got 6 litres, so...
Champ's got another 2 or 3 laps, we reckon. Probably now, 1 or 2 laps, let's say.
How much does Gary have?
Gary's
got 4, so they're going to be laughing. You know, if he can get into the pits with Gary, I think he's got a winning strategy.
They split Welshie there. Right, Peaceful's pitting lap 105. So let's see. So Peaceful's been lapped. So let's go back to Gary and Champ a second. Let's go back to Champ, see if Champ pits this end of this lap. Peaceful had 4.7 left.
It looked like he was putting rain tyres on there.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Where's Champ then? There's Gary. Here's Champ, 3.3. Now they're coming around turn 4 now. They're both going in. So Champ coming in at 105 at the end of 105. So Champ coming in on 106. He'll cross the line on.
Where's Peaceful?
Peaceful's still in the pit lane. Where's Phil then? What's Phil running at the moment?
41.2. He's got a slipstream, but Peaceful must have changed tyres from being that long, so it'll be interesting to see.
Phil has got a heck of fuel in his car compared to the others.
Yeah. Is he lifting and coasting?
Peaceful has just said that he's changed tyres every stint on the stream.
Oh, right.
So we was wrong.
We were wrong, yeah.
We was very wrong. So he's always changed his tyres, he says.
I wonder why Phil had so much of a pit stop then, because that's what threw us, wasn't it? Phil seemed to be in the pits a lot longer.
Fury's granddad wishing all at Simplay a very Merry Christmas and much better New Year. Thanks for keeping me entertained in what has been a very long year, as I've been on furlough pretty much since March. You're welcome, Fury's granddad. It's been a pleasure to have you joining the channel every night as Phil a 1,000th up on his lap. Kieran, what was you going to say?
I was about to say, I know damage is off, but could Phil have set damage to repair even though it doesn't repair anything, maybe?
Well, Liam nearly got involved here with Phil. Mechanical failures is on. So...
if they over-rev the cars, they can blow the engine. But like you say, if he has... maybe he had damage to the engine. Kieran could be right. So when he's gone in, they've had to repair the engine a little bit. Maybe that's it.
Potentially. Keegs is obviously up in second place now, 15 seconds off the back of Phil, but we know Keegs is on a complete different strategy.
He sort of inherits.
Phil's got about
pole, doesn't he?
Who, Keegs?
Yeah, he sort of inherits for a little bit.
He inherits it. But, I mean, Champ is closer to Keegs this time around than what he was last time. Champ's only 6 seconds off the back of Keegs, thanks to the good work of him and Gary lapping so quickly.
Oh yeah, he has an half, hasn't he?
Champ has really gained on him through this pit stop. Keegs needs a heck of a pit stop here. But, I mean,
Where's
Keegs
Gary?
is still
I would have thought Gary to come out the same sort of time as Champ.
There, turn one. So maybe Gary got held a bit longer in the pits.
Yeah.
So Phil, then, we're expecting in the pits any time soon. Still got a few laps in him though at the moment. Where is Phil? Coming through turn 2, I do believe he's just gone through. Yep, still got the back markers slipstream at the moment as well.
Would you want to be that close, Matt?
I think you've got to be at the moment. Champ and Gary have done that good a job. Phil has got to be that close to someone. He'll know on track who it is as well. I do believe it's either Monkey Boy or Unorthodox. Whoever it is, they've just pitted, so we'll find out which one it was in a moment.
He's going to get the toe first in front.
Yeah, not as much, but he is going to get the toe. Who is that? That's Welsh. No, that's Don, just in front.
Phil 41-2 last time round. Monkey Boy 41-4.
Keegs hasn't really got a toe. He's sort of lapping the same as Champ again, but Champ's fully fueled here. Phil is just pulling out a gap to them two, just slightly. And has still got... Has he got another lap, or has he got to call it this time round? He's calling it now, so he's going to pit it.
This lap.
So 109, he comes into the pits. So let's see. So Keegs pitted on lap 85 and has currently done nearly 20 laps. What's Keegs got left in the tank? 20 so he's still got a good 10 laps, I'd say. So he's on 20.5. Let's do a lap with Keegs. 20.5 as he crossed the line. Let's see what his fuel is when he goes over the line again. See what they kind of use in a lap. So it's 20.5 as he crossed. What will it be when he comes over? See, Keegs is in a bit of a hard place at the moment. He's got nobody to slipstream, and Champ's done such a good job that his slipstream
7 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Keegs needs to have someone to work with, to have a good toe like that, to be doing the laps he needs to do. Keegs is using about 2.5 litres a lap. So yeah, he's got about 10 laps, just short of 10 laps left to go. So he's doing about 20 odd laps a stint, I reckon, here, is Keegs. That is Phil rejoining from the pits.
He's put a lap on Phil.
P3. But Keegs on a different strategy. They want to see is Champ going to put a lap on Phil, or can Phil get up to speed and cling on to Keegs' slipstream here? That's the one, because Champ's well behind in no man's land as well. Keegs on low fuel and Phil on full fuel could use each other so well here to pull from Champ and gain that time over Champ.
Yeah, it could work.
Unorthodox in the pits from P8.
It's all strategy, or like streamlining and slipstreaming, isn't it? It's all slipstreaming in this.
Something that's very interesting to keep an eye on as we go forward into this one. Only 78 laps to go.
What we haven't seen much of here, Matt, is people sort of trying to change position in the corners, front and back. So when one's got the overspeed, it's like you're drifting up, letting the other one in low, going back down for the straights, doing the same thing through the next one. We haven't really seen much of that.
No, we haven't. We haven't at all. And Keegs. Now that's a strange one.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not got the stream on. Doesn't know how much laps he can run. Maybe.
Nah, surely you can see his fuel though, and knows he's got plenty. That for me is a strange one. There, Phil's going to have him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hang on.
It's a strange one, that.
Sooty. Oh no, it's just gone up a bit more. Sorry, Tony come up saying 33 litres of fuel he'd put in his car.
68.5. The others have 70.
That Honda doesn't fuel as long, does it? But I wonder if it's a bit better on its fuel.
Maybe.
Interesting one, this. Keeg's still in the pits as well, so he's clearly having a tyre change. Where is Phil? There is Phil. So Phil is now P2. Is Keegs going to lose another place to Big Boy Brazier here? Is Keegs on the right strategy? That's the one to ask. But Champ currently leads this race, 37's ahead of this man. Which means Phil has pulled out a bit more of a gap. Oh, Liam Gamer's had an incident in front, and hopefully he stays where he does, and yes, he does. Liam Gamer seems to be struggling at the moment, and it's only turning one way. I don't really see where he's having the problems. Keegs still in the pits. Peaceful Explosion might pass him here. Keegs is just coming out the pit lane as we speak, and Peaceful Explosion does pass him.
Peaceful's got him, yeah.
Yeah, Keegs comes out about 5th every time, but he's running pretty much a lap down. Champ's got Welshie just in front. I imagine he won't be able to slipstream Welshie like he has Gary. Welshie trying to get out the way and go high there then. Champ trying to get as much slipstream as possible, and it hasn't really worked for him. Oh, Welshie's lost it! And hopefully no incident down the back straight. Champ now again in no man's land at the moment. And has Phil got a toe on somebody, I believe, just in front? Champ has just pulled a bit of a gap on
it looks
Phil.
like Phil, yeah, he's coming
Phil's
up with somebody.
Got a bit of a toe. That is unorthodox, and he's got the slipstream on. Not the worst person to slipstream, I suppose. Yeah, Champ's just pulled out a bit more of a gap on Phil last time around. But obviously Phil running a bit heavier than Champ at the moment on fuel.
It's an interesting one, this, because like the top two, 38 seconds, but then after that, got 52 and then like minutes. So it's like there's quite a big drop as you go down the field.
Yeah, there is. Keeg's on an alternate strategy at the moment. There's a lap down. Gary's down in 9th. The man who loves turning left, down in 9th place. I didn't expect that tonight, if I'm going to be honest.
I didn't as well, to be honest. Having said that, it is tarmac and not dirt, so you can maybe give him that. But it's still turning left.
Gary normally steers right to go left. That might be what it is.
Yeah. Maybe he's steering left to go right. Maybe that's our problem.
There is still a bit more of this race to go, though. Just a little bit. Just 74 laps. And yeah, you see Phil just gaining slightly on Big Boy Brazier, on Unorthodox, sorry. So that slipstream's going to be working even more. That behind Phil is Champ, who is slowly catching. A couple of tenths a lap. As NJ pits from P11. Liam 17 minutes down on the leader. Just go on board Liam a second. What lap is he on? Champ's on lap 118 nearly. And Liam Gamer is on lap...
At least 5 down, I reckon. 5 or 6 down.
Oh, I think it's more than that. Just go on board Liam. 93.
But I tell you what, though, kudos to Liam. He's carrying on.
Yeah,
he hasn't quit.
Well, he's not at the moment. He's parked up at the exit of the pit lane. I don't know what
maybe he is quitting. Or maybe is he waiting for a gap?
I shouldn't hope so. He's completely stopped on the grass at the exit of the pit lane. What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. We best just go back to the action, though, because I'm not sure what Liam's doing, but he's going even further behind either way. Phil now just starting to match the laps of the leader here, so that slipstream just starting to work even more for Phil.
38, 50 laps Phil's got, 50 litres, 39, so he is getting to the point where he's got a lot more fuel than the leaders.
Yeah, he is.
Like the other
now,
people
is that working in his favour, I wonder? Keegs has lost that to Monkey Boy somewhere.
If he's picking the point where he's getting the slipstreams at the right time, it may do, but I think Champ.
Now here's the thing. Is he lifting and coasting a little bit when he's got a toe?
Yeah, maybe.
Just to save a bit of fuel? I wonder.
Maybe.
He's gained a bit on Champ as well, so that slipstream really starting to take effect now for Phil, as he's just gaining a couple of tenths on Champ each lap now. So let's see what he can do. Is Liam back going? No, he's not. He's still parked up.
We've got 80 laps left, boys.
80 to go then here. This might be something we have to look into at Simplay, doing a triple crown, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Be quite a good one, that, for those who can compete in all three. It'd be quite a good one. Would you go for the triple crown, Sutty?
I don't think I could manage for 24 hours, to be honest. Kudos to anyone who does, but due to family commitments, I don't think I'll be able to do it.
And
then, as we all know, I love Monaco.
Oh yeah, you absolutely love it. Never race it on F1. Thrilled to have it on the calendar.
I think I'll do the single crown.
Just the Indy 500.
No, I don't think Monaco. I haven't even tested it yet for the next season. I'm dreading it already.
If you don't know, the calendar has been released. We start at the Nürburgring on the 13th and 14th of January, so please join us for that. Where at the moment we potentially have two 16-car grids, and it could be a thrilling season so far. What are you guys predicting for next year, personally, for yourselves?
I'll let Fatty go first. After you.
I was going to say I'll let you go first, Kieran. No, I'd say this season with the choice of tracks, and I'm undecided whether to attempt the wheel or not. But I'm looking sort of, I think around mid-pack, maybe 5th place. You know, there's people coming up, there's quick people. Some of the tracks aren't my favourite. I might not be able to do a couple of tracks as well. So I think good strong mid-pack finish for me, and I'll be happy.
Kieran, obviously you've dropped down into the Tier 2 or Group Pro-Am category that we run. What are you looking for out of that?
Obviously, I'll be looking for wins dropping down, but as we all know, there's strong drivers in both cars now, not just Pro-Am and Pro as well.
Mazda.
Especially with where Mazda's going to end up as well. If he ends up in the Pro-Am series, because he's pulled out and then come back. With the Pro Grid not having any room left, obviously, if any place to put him in the Pro-Am. So, I don't know, I'm hoping I'll be aiming for a couple of wins and high up I can, but I think it's, like you said, I think it's going to be tight for top 5, top 6 in both classes.
I was going to say I mentioned Tier 2 there, that's obviously what Motive on. I'm sure you personally would love to be in Tier 2, but you're not. Sutty, you've not got one in yet, so I thought I'd sneak one in.
Yeah, very good, Matt.
Cheers,
I think to be fair, if I'm going on the wheel, I should be Pro-Am.
I wasn't on about Pro or Pro-Am. I was on about.
I know. I was trying to be good. We're on a stream. I was being good. I knew where you were leading this on to. I've been good, Kieran.
Yeah. I'm not rest of the week.
We might have people watching.
Yeah,
who are from that neck of the woods.
Yeah,
you know,
if you are in Tier 4,
who haven't behaved themselves.
I tell you, who hasn't behaved themselves.
Anyway, let's move on.
So I've heard. Yeah, Gary could be going into Tier 4 on Boxing Day, so naughty Gary.
Naughty boy.
I don't know. 17 people watching, 13 likes on the stream. Guys, if you haven't liked the stream, hit that thumbs up button now. Let's get this video up to 20 likes if possible. Please, it really helps the channel grow. If you haven't subscribed as well, subscribe to the channel. Get in touch with us on Facebook if you are interested in joining the league.
I tell you what, the top two here, Matt, they're just trading lap times. It's just staying consistent, 37, 38.
Yeah, I've been noting that, but Phil has clawed some time back.
A little bit. I mean, what strategy is Big Boy Brazier on? Is he?
Big Boy Brazier, I think, is on a similar one to Champ. I think Brazier's on a similar one to Champ. 23, Champ on 21.
22, yeah. And then Phil's just got that extra couple of laps.
Yeah, what's Keegs on?
Yeah.
Keegs has dropped to 6th. I think Keegs
is on 41.
Oh, there we go. We've lost Liam Gamer. Fury's granddad just said we'll all be in Tier 4 by the end of this year. We'll all just be locked down again.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't get to mention it before, Fury's granddad, but Merry Christmas. It's a pleasure to have you every week.
Yeah, brilliant to see Fury's granddad and Fury's mum. She's normally here as well, so it's nice to have them both here. So Liam Gamer's retired then, meaning that he will finish this one in P13. So let's see what we can do. So then, at the moment, we have Champ leading. We have Keegs so far on a fact, actually, Sutty, Keegs on 39 litres. Phil is nearly on the same strategy as Keegs.
He is, yeah.
Something's gone very wrong for Keegs.
Well, Keegs did that way. He had about 16 litres, didn't he? And he fueled, and he's gone out again. I wonder if that slowly but surely, where he's been doing it, has brought him on to sort of the same strategy.
The same strategy. Yeah, I wonder.
Phil's getting a bit of a tour now, so is he starting to gain a bit more time?
Yeah, they've just passed
No,
NJ, so they're
I
still
think
getting the
that-
toe off of unorthodox.
Look, I'll have time though off Champ. It looks like Champ's had one.
Yeah, but has Phil had a bit of a bad lap getting past NJ there?
Maybe.
You know, is Phil just starting to get in a bit of a fight where
I
he
tell you
doesn't
what,
need
though,
to?
Look at them all in the 41s now.
I know, it's brilliant. Brilliant, isn't it?
Very good.
They're all lapping, you know, Welsh is even in the 42s, NJ 42s, Gary 42s, Phil
Yeah.
42s. Don's just come out of the pits, or has done his pit stop, so, you know.
Very
they're all lapping.
tight.
Yeah, if it was like this from the get-go, we'd be really bunched up.
Oh, it'd have been brilliant. I mean, it's obviously took. I think it took a few of them a while to get going. It's
Yeah.
something that we have, like I said before, we haven't really done this, have we? So
No, we don't really race ovals, do we? Even in fun races,
Yeah.
we don't really do oval racing, so it's took...
No.
This man on the screen will know what oval racing's all about, being from the States. The Green Bay Packers fan, like myself. Champ.
It's a bit early into us, isn't it?
Turning left. It's not just alien, is it? It's a bit...
But I tell you what, it is just the strategy in it. I'm finding quite.
I think
quite
that's what's
fascinating.
interesting, because people say about IndyCar and NASCAR being a bit, oh, yeah, it's just turning left, innit? 40 seconds a lap, whoa, whoa. But the strategy you've got to use...
Well, I
It's
know
like
with
doing a 20
NASCAR.
Go on, go on.
I was going to say, I know, like with NASCAR and that, it's just you don't realise when you're looking at how much they're sliding.
Yeah. It's like the
You just
24-hour
don't
races, though,
realise.
Sooty, as well.
Oh, I love the 24
Even though they
hours.
could be spread out so much, the strategy, it's all the strategy. And at the minute, Phil is running a strategy and Keegs is running a different strategy, and Champ and Big Boy Brazy are doing the same thing. So's Peaceful.
Interesting.
You've got like 3 different strategies on the go at the moment, and we don't know who's doing what, which is making it sort of come lap 170, 180. Who's pitting for a full pit stop? Who's pitting for a splash and dash to go till the end? Who's doing what at that lap? It's going to be interesting to see
Yeah.
who's figured it out.
It's going to be the one, who's nailed it on, who maybe doesn't have to pit. 'Cause
Yeah.
if anybody's got to pit with only 5 laps to go, they're going to be kicking themselves.
Oh, 100%. Just for a quick splash and dash, you're going to be
Yeah.
the time you're losing the pit lane. If you can work it out right, where you can just pit on that cusp of whatever laps you're getting out your stint,
Yeah.
brilliant. If you can't, oh dear, sort of thing.
You could have thrown away a pit stop.
And maybe that's what Keegs has tried to do. You know.
Maybe, slowly. But at the minute, he isn't losing time, really, is he? Because he can dive at the pits, he can sort of play with it. A couple of litres here, a couple of litres there. Gauge where he is.
Oh, well, she's just gone into the wall. I think that's what Kieran was just saying. At the moment, Champ just starting to gain on Phil again.
He's
Champ
starting to get that slipstream, and he's 41-2.
Yeah,
I'm more
he's-
surprised me if we see a 40 in a minute.
But
if he can
Champ's
get
due in the
past.
pits, though, any moment. So
Yeah, 5.
what Phil's done here is Champ last time round when he pitted had lapped everybody. He's
Yeah.
not yet lapped Phil. And he's still
No.
got 5, and he's got 5 litres till he's got to pit.
He's
What's
almost
Phil
getting
running?
a second on Phil. I think Phil was around 37, wasn't he? Got 37 seconds since I get the turn. He's lost a
No, I
second.
mean,
so
what fuel's he got left?
Phil's on 17
you see.
litres.
So Champ will be pitting me in the next 2 laps. Can he get
Phil's
up to Phil?
lost that slipstream, and he.
Yeah, but so's
That's
Champ
why
now.
we're time. It's interesting between them.
Champ's gained 6/10 on Phil last lap, but that was towing Neil for part of the lap.
What's Big Boy Brazier doing? Let's have a look.
5 litres.
He's 5, so he's due in. Like, Peaceful. He's
Peaceful's due in now, actually.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Where's my book?
Peaceful's in now.
Peaceful's in now, just. So is Monkey Boy, but Peaceful pitted on lap 105. He's coming to the pits on lap 131. So he's got a good stint out of them tyres. Got a better stint out of them, a similar stint out of them to what Keegs has in the pits. So we're expecting then Champ. There goes Phil. No, that's Welshie, sorry. So we're expecting Champ. Champ's in now. So Champ's pitted on 130. On 130.
Where's
3
Phil?
is Champ pitted.
Phil's just coming around the backside of the oval now.
Yeah, where is he? That's turn 3, so he's coming into turn 4. So he's going to unlap himself from Champ. Andy's gaining on a back marker in front, so he's going to now unlap himself from Champ. Is Champ still in the pits? The answer to that is yes. The white dot is not moving.
Yeah,
So away
Phil's-
they go then at the moment.
Where's Champ moving? Champ's moving now.
Yep.
Bearing in mind of low people in the pits, Gary seemed to not climbed very high.
Yeah, Gary's been sort of 9th or 8th after his pit stops and done that kind of all night since he's had an incident. Gary's not had the race I think he was expecting. Phil's got more over Champ this time than what he had last time, I reckon. We'll see what Champ the gap's going to be. It's around 18 seconds at the moment, and Phil's still got a handful of laps on a low fuel.
Fuel laps. If he can get behind somebody now and get a bit of a tour, so you just pick at Champ, just pick away.
Well, that's all he's got to do. Don't forget, Champ's still coming up to the Big Boy Brazier. Is he pitted again? Dropped to 5th. I want Big Boy Brazier here. He's pitted a second time for me.
He has. He's gone back in.
That is jumped both Peaceful and Big Boy.
Yeah.
Strange. Why
What's
has he done
unorthodox strategy?
that?
Oh, he'll be due in soon. Yeah, he'll be due in
he's
soon.
due in. Keegs is 40.
No, that's gone up to 40 surely, because Keegs wouldn't have been on 40
Yeah,
litres.
he's pitted. He's in the pits now. So he's in the pits 69.
Right, is that Phil in the background coming in? Nope, staying out. Plenty of laps. It was Phil lapping Welshie, so he's had a bit of a tow. He's got that gap up to 21.6 over Champ now. And he's not going to get the tow for Big Boy Brazier. I think
Since we've got...
Phil and Champ... Phil and Champ are putting themselves in for a good fight at the end of this race.
Till, 21 seconds. I've noticed since we've got less people on this, on the track, it seems to be a little bit more
calm.
A little bit more calm, yeah. People are moving out the wind.
People have got used to the conditions now, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think
that's probably it, yeah.
Like you say, with us not running it a lot, I think people
it's been difficult, yeah.
People don't know whether to go high or low. And
yeah. I think that's been the trouble. It's some people have lost it and gone in the middle of the track, and people have it. It's been no fault.
Yeah,
I think it's been hard. Seems to have settled down nicely now. We look a bit more professional now, boys.
We do indeed. Phil, though, 21, just about 22 seconds gap. He's not got a tow. He did just clip the wall there and lost a couple of hundredths.
He's doing the 41. He's probably got another, what would you say, Matt? Another maybe a couple of laps, maybe one or two?
One. I'd say he's got one more lap in him. Would you pit early with no tow?
And try and come out and hope you come out where you get a tow.
He's going to go for one lap. He's going to stay out. So Phil knows what he's doing.
I think he's picked a strategy, to be fair to him. I think he's just going for it.
Unorthodox is now in the pit lane, so Peaceful and Keeg should get them back. Here comes Champ, though.
No,
here we go.
Behind?
That is Gary. Rolls reverse. Oh, that's Welshie, who's backwards in the wall and is waiting for everybody to go past. Now, Gary here. Champ's just getting a bit of slipstream as well from a car in front. That is Little Leach. So Champ
if
here.
I was Champ, would I back off and let Gary pass, knowing how good a job he did before?
The problem is, and I saw this at the Splash and Dash event the other night, if you back off, with the other guys being at such speed,
you can't get up to speed. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, if he backs off there and Gary doesn't notice, and bang, incident. Phil's in. 138. Phil pits then. So here's a little fact for you guys out there. Phil pitted on lap 109 last time. Peaceful 105 and Champ 106. Phil has done 5 more laps than Champ.
Where's Gary gone behind Champ?
There was a bit of an incident with a yellow car and Champ and Gary. I don't know if anyone else made contact with each other.
Oh, Gary, where is Gary?
Near the pit lane there.
If you change camera view, Gary's only just up to speed. That's Little Leach as well.
It looked like the yellow car and Champ and Gary all come a bit close to one another.
So there's Phil coming out the pit lane now.
It'll be interesting to see where he comes out with Champ.
It was about 38-39, wasn't it?
38-39, yeah. That's what I said.
And the bonus for Phil is he's got 2 back markers coming down the start straight. So the minute he can now, he's not going to be on their slipstream. So Champ's coming through turn 4.
He's got these other 2 coming. He's got the rest coming now.
But he's also got Champ coming as well.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see when Champ gets up to full speed here, what he can do.
This is interesting, and them on different, like you said, on different strategies, wasn't it? Because has Phil played it where he's going to be all right till the end, or is Champ going to have to come
coming
in and
out behind
dash?
What looks like unorthodox again. Now that's Big Boy Brazier and Peaceful. He's come out behind, so maybe not 2 people you'd be complaining about being behind. Big Boy Brazier and Peaceful, and the gap's 36 seconds. So Champ. Phil has actually gained a couple of seconds over Champ there.
He has.
Now the interesting thing to notice is how good can Phil get the slipstream and use the slipstream compared to Champ. just going to get my calculator up on my laptop here and work something out, because I think that the way Phil's pitted, I think he could have potentially brought himself back into this race.
Right.
After an incident.
Managed to work it out.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now. So.
Do you think he's maybe got himself free to do one less pit stop than Champ?
Possibly.
Extend the stop he's got to maybe do less at the end.
So Phil did 29 laps on his last stint, whereas Champ did 27. So Phil's gained 2 laps on Champ on that stint alone,
Right.
yeah? The gap's just gone up to 40 seconds here as well between Phil and Champ. So Champ has gained Phil a bit. In fact, there is Champ on the back of Phil. So Phil's now really got to stick with Champ here.
Yeah,
and use
for any
Champ.
chance he needs, just use him.
Needs to stay with Champ and use
Did he
Champ.
have a bit of a wiggle there, Phil?
Most of them, he's let Champ through.
I think he's letting him through, Phil. I think he's going to try and get on the back. It's like you said, he's lost a bit of time, hasn't he?
Knowing Champ's got a pit again, you'd stick behind him, wouldn't you, and then try and dual save a bit by staying in the slipstream.
Well, yeah, but if that's what Phil's been doing in the thing, he knows Champ's his competition, so if he can lift and course and save that fuel, then he's, like Matt said, he's bringing himself back in, isn't he?
Now, if I've worked this out right for Champ, his next pit stop will be lap 160.
Yeah.
His pit stop after that will be lap 187.
Right.
Meaning that Champ will be doing 13 laps, so he won't have to refuel fully. Do you know what I mean? He'll have that. But let me just work Phil's out. Oh, I don't know. Phil's next pit stop, I reckon, if I worked out right, it'll be 167. Now, what did you say, Sutty, that you don't want to happen?
Somebody has to splash and dash at the end. Is it Philly boy?
Phil's next pit stop, but Phil's pit stop after that, if Champ pits 180, Phil will have to pit 196.
Ooh.
So the question for Phil would be, can your tyres do 4 laps?
Yeah. And
just put 5 laps of fuel, 6 laps of fuel in out, whereas Champ may have to redo his tyres, having to do an extra 13 laps. That's the question for me. Phil has lost 6 seconds to Champ on the.
I've seen that there. Yeah, it's up to 46 now. I wonder if that's like you said before, where he's trying to let him through, and he's just lost. Champ's just lost him.
Yeah, he's just lost that much time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. So.
Evil Scotsman, aka Emo Guy. Hey guys, sorry for not being able to join tonight. Had the baby this week. No worries, Ian. Glad you can join us on the stream. Give the video a big thumbs up for us, buddy.
So how's Peaceful getting on? As we know, Peaceful was the leader for probably about a quarter, would you say, Matt?
First half, at least. I was watching the stream.
Yeah, he's led pretty much. I'd say Champ's led more than him now.
Yeah.
But
it's a
Peaceful,
shame, really. He was suck out of his. I mean, he had a slide, didn't he? Slowed down back marker, and
yeah, that's it.
That's one of them. At them sort of speeds, I don't think there's much Gary could have done.
No, that's it. That is it. Well, let's see what they can do. Champ though currently leads 48 seconds from Phil. Now, will Phil Tech be in a lap down based off what we kind of have worked out? The last time I tried to work something out was with Unorthodox, and we worked it out right, but the wrong way around for the drivers over at Motive Racing. We guessed the points for the championship title, but we thought G had won the title when someone else had won the title, but the points was the same, so we worked it out right. So if I've worked that out right, this could go down to the wire. Has Phil done enough to gain on Champ? This is now the time where we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at the lap times as well. I mean, you look at Keegs is matching Champ. And you look down, Gary's in the 41.2s. Little Leach is just on a 40.9.
Yeah, Monkey Boy has as well.
Monkey Boy's there. So everyone is on it.
Yeah, everybody's on it. And they're all trading lap times. This is the thing. So imagine if everybody was sort of together. If we'd have had a safety car. If we'd only had 15 runners and someone had been the pace car, could you just imagine?
We'd have had people swapping, drafting. It had been all the way down. Maybe we should have do more oval racing. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to run. We could do a Talladega in the NASCARs maybe around Daytona Speedway. We'll have to wait and see.
What car would you use as a safety car?
Well, Motive did a race
GT4,
the other day. The thing is, Motive used more of a road car the other day, something just in a plain silver colour. They've all got to adhere to it, though, haven't they? And let's be honest, in NASCAR and IndyCar, when you see the pace car come out, they all kind of dive into the pits anyway.
Yeah.
So
what you wouldn't want as well, though, I know it's happened to me in the last, especially last season. Can the pit lane hold 15 drivers at once?
That's a good point. That is a good point, actually.
I mean, this is Indianapolis. This is an Indy circuit, isn't it? So, is it built a bit better to hold them kind of drivers? Do you know what I mean?
It happened to me at Monza, didn't it, last season?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You look at the difference in tracks. Daytona Raceway and Indy Raceway. Do they have more garages and more pit boxes because of what they're used for? And you look at the runners in IndyCar and NASCAR. There's so many runners in it. Something we'd have to look into and maybe use a pace car for next time around. There will be tier 10 if
together.
Boris Johnson, the clown, keeps this up. Indeed, we will be.
Tier 20, won't it?
Yeah, we'll be in tier 2021 come next year.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be no getting out of it. There'll be no more Donington.
At least 6 to 9 months before it's back to normal.
We wanted open for Donington, Kieran.
We need Donny open, don't we? Where we can all actually meet up.
Yeah. All meet up on the Friday night, and then on the Saturday,
and then Sunday.
On the Sunday. Oh, Peaceful Explosion's lost it! Coming out the final bend, Peaceful Explosion has got it all sideways. I think he's out the running for this one now as Phil's coming round to lap him. He'll take a P3.
Phil's now 51 behind Champ.
He's got no slipstream.
Everything he needs to do.
Champ is, the American has done it right. Emo Guy's just offered his services to be the pace car next event if you want. So there we go.
It's better off being him than me because I'll probably end up binning it.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the ribbon I'd get for that on the stream?
Sutty, what Phil's got is Peaceful to slipstream here. No, he hasn't, because Peaceful's going to let him through on the underside of the circuit, so he hasn't got that slipstream again. Peaceful's in the wall here.
It's like he's almost got sucked against the wall.
Peaceful started to struggle the back end of this race. We are
like he did at the start.
We are 3/4 of the race through.
Matt knows about that.
Geese just said, just come watch me race at Donny sometime. Not sure what I'm going to be racing next season, though. No, well, if you're not in the touring cars, what's the point? You'll have to let me know, G. You'll have to give me a message on the Discord and let me know when you're at Donny. I'm not far away.
Do you know a GT4?
It's a bit far for me to come for the day.
I come watch with me and the missus and kids love. You know, lad. Hey, no coming out your boundaries, young man. You listening? Don't bring it up here. Don't bring it up here.
I'm just going on mute for 2 minutes.
Champ has got a heck of a slipstream here from Big Boy Brazier. Now, what's going to happen? They've got Welshie in front now. They've got Welshie in front. And Big Boy Brazier is giving Champ the slipstream that he needs while Phil's not getting any. Champ is doing the bits at the moment. Keegs in the 40s. So's Gary. Gary in the 40.7 as Jamie Brazier comes across Champ and nearly squeezes him into the wall. And that would have been catastrophic at this stage of the race for Champ. Holy moly, that would have been bad.
I think Champ's using his knowledge here of that 500 off, he's sticking in a toe, doesn't need to lap cars.
Yeah.
Oof, he doesn't need to. He does not need to be battling. No,
doesn't need to be battling, but I think he needs to stay behind Jamie because there's no slipstream out front.
Yeah. Be interested to see his lap time, but what was Jamie's lap time?
Phil's just done a 43.1. Oh, yeah, Phil's lost a lot of time there.
Now, is Phil trying to fuel save? Has he listened to the stream, listened to what you predicted, Matt? Now, is he trying to get them 3 laps
back? He's on 35.8. What's Champ running? 20.4. So he's got 15 litres over Champ.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that'd be interesting. If you have a look at the speed or just see what he's doing.
222, 223.
That lap time, I'm wondering if he's trying to save fuel so he doesn't have to do that splash and dash.
What, try and just do one more stint?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what he's trying to do.
Extend his stint, maybe. That could be a shout. We'll have to
because
wait
he's
and
been
see.
lapping consistently 41, 42, and 43 seems a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not like Phil.
Now, where is Champ on circuit? Is he still battling with Big Boy Brazier? He is.
Yeah, I think
still
he's just
sticking
decided to
behind.
stick behind.
He's
I
got
think,
to.
yeah.
He's got to. He's going to lose too much time if he doesn't, I reckon.
But they're both doing good lap times. 41.2 is nothing to be,
And we saw Champ earlier with Gary do the quality lap times as well, didn't we? So, Champ's doing the business what he needs to do. Take nothing away from Phil, though. He's had a good job, done a good job today.
Yeah.
So's Peaceful and Keegs, to be fair. Keegs was kind of nowhere at the start of this race and then kind of gradually came into it, didn't he, if you remember?
Slowly but surely, he's just crept himself back in, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had a good race, as Keegs.
But he's been consistently, if you look, he's been in the 40s.
Yeah, he's
quite a lot
where
of times,
is Keegs got a slipstream here? Let's see what Keegs is. Him and Gary. That's why Gary's also in the 40s.
Yeah.
Gary is doing to Keegs what Champ did to Gary earlier on. Gary is, I'd say, he's on the same lap as Little Leach, but he's well behind Keegs. Only 36 seconds behind Phil. Is he pulling himself back into contention for maybe this race? Because we don't know Keegs' strategy. We've not worked that one out. We'll have to wait and see.
Haven't.
But
I wonder if Keegs has worked that one out.
I wonder if he has. I tell you what, if Keegs has worked this one out, then Chris ought to give him a medal for good maths.
Yeah, he deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
He really does. Champ in the 41s. Keegs and Gary again still in the 40s, as is Little Leach and Monkey Boy. 4 guys in the 40s there. They're really on it. What a shame.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same as you. What a
I
shame.
think the
What
next
could have been?
race,
What
I
could
think the
have
next
been?
race, definitely get a pace car. Bunch them all back up, especially like sort of this stage of a race. If there's an incident, bunch them all back up, let them pit. I think you're right, Phil seemed a bit slow round turn 3 there and into turn 4. I wonder if Phil is fuel saving slightly here.
If he's trying it, because if it's only 3 or 4 laps, I mean, the time he's going to lose in the pit, he's only losing, what, maybe 2 seconds? 2 or 3 seconds?
The problem is, he's got to extend his stint. If he did 29 laps on them last tyres, he's got to extend his stint 4 laps. So he's got to pit on like 171 if he's to go till the end. Champ's still going with Jamie Brazier. Yeah, I think Phil's got to extend to 171. We predict Champ will be on 160. That is clearly wrong, because Champ is still 10 litres in the fuel and we're on 159. So I was clearly wrong there. Now, that may hinder Champ later in this race, Sooty, because every lap he does, I'll add an extra lap onto my prediction. So he's obviously not pitting 160, which means he's not going to pit 187.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Champ now could sort of fall into a territory where he's splashing and dashing. Whereas Phil only needs to extend 4 laps on this stint, and Phil's got the pace. The problem is he's now a minute behind Champ.
Yeah.
Big Boy Brazier and NJ touch! And Champ has to get out of that one and avoid them. He's done very well there. Neil now round. And I don't know what happened there, but Champ all of a sudden found himself in a position he didn't want to be in and now doesn't have the slipstream.
Very lucky.
Oh, that could have been nasty there. I tell you what, if Champ had got caught up in that could have been horrendous. Philly's now got in between Monkey Boy and Unorthodox, so he's not in a too bad a position here. 21.9 litres in the tank. Champ is now on lap 160. I predicted he'd come in this lap. He hasn't. He's on 161, so that makes it 188 at the moment.
I wonder if these are going to work together, or if they're just going to let Phil go.
Well, they're obviously
I'd be inclined to try and draft each other, sort of, like in cycling.
Yeah.
They have the peloton and they have people go in front and they sit down the side. Almost try and do that, but I don't know. Would you lose too much time in the corners, do you think?
I don't know if you lose too much time. It depends. Yeah, I think I agree with Kieran. It depends where you're overtaking. If you can do the move on the straight, great. If you're doing it, do you want to do it mid-corner? Phil's not going to want it done mid-corner, is he?
No,
Phil would be happy for... Phil would be happy here for this car to come right past him.
If he just lift off slightly and then just put the power straight back down and then tucked him behind...
I don't think he needs to. I think he goes high here, he'll lose that bit more speed.
Yes, that's it.
Now look, he's lifted off slightly. He's lost a bit too much there. But he's not out the slipstream. Yeah, he's not out the slipstream yet. Keegs still in the 40s, as is Big Boy Brazier, as is Gary. God, what could have been, eh? What could have been? Either way, this is the race we've got. Champ's gone to 162, so by my calculations, he's then going to go to lap 189.
Right, he's got 2 left. He's got 2 litres left, Matt. So
he's coming in now. So if my calculations are right, Champ will have to splash and dash, I reckon, on lap 189.
Right, so it'll be interesting to now see what Phil can do. He's still got 16 litres.
So if Phil can get to so I said Phil will come in at 167, yeah?
Yeah.
If Phil can stay out to 171, I reckon Phil will go to the end and only stop one more time where Champ will, and he'll only stop then and go to the end where Champ will have to stop one more time extra to that. The problem he's got is, has he lost too much time to Champ last stint? He's now just unlapped himself, so let's see where Champ comes out in relation to Phil. Phil's got no slipstream, but he is being kind of pushed along by the car behind, which is unorthodox.
And we know unorthodox is no slouch.
Yeah, he's no slouch. Peaceful in the pits from P5. Big Boy Brazy in the pits from 4th. Monkey Boy's in the pits from 6th. Gary's currently running P7 in this race. Champ's still in the pit lane as Phil's into turn 3. And I don't see that white dot moving at the moment. Is it just starting to go now? I believe it is.
Yeah,
Phil just rounding turn 4 now as Champ leaves the pits. So Champ here, I reckon, will lose the race lead. What was it last time? About 15 seconds when Champ pitted to Phil?
Yeah, I think it was maybe more than that.
I'm not quite sure. About 20 seconds, wasn't it? About 20 seconds.
About 20, yeah.
I think Champ's pulled a blind. See, Champ's had too good a last stint. I think Champ's put himself in a position to win this one. Yeah, Champ's up to speed. He's at turn 3. 3 seconds ahead of Phil. I think Champ has put himself in a position to win this one, Suttit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All 3 in. Keegs, Big Boy Gary, Big Boy Brazy and Gary. Big Boy Brazy just come out.
Does Phil extend his stint to 171? I can't see him doing another.
I don't think. Yeah, he's not going to make it.
He's not going to do
litres.
7 laps. Yeah.
No.
So Phil made pit earlier than I expected. That's Keegs just coming out the pits in P3.
I think he's looking about 4 laps. Looking at that, I reckon 168 Phil will be in.
Yeah, 168 is a lap extra than what I predicted, which means he'll have to come in for just 3 laps of fuel.
I think maybe he's tried and it hasn't worked for him.
Yeah, he's still gaining on Champ, but obviously he's lost that. It was 20 seconds last stint. It's now 2 seconds behind. I think he's lost time to Champ.
Think about it. Both have got a pit, and I imagine Champ will have the quicker pit stop there, and they've got splash and dash.
Well, we reckon Champ's extended, don't we? So if Champ's extended, we'll have to see what they do. And don't forget, the race isn't over yet. We've still got 35 laps left, so anything can still happen. And I'm just going to step away for 2 seconds for a quick toilet break, so I'll leave you in the hands of Sutty and Kieran Argent. I'll be right back in a moment.
Yeah, so we said we've got Phil, who's now 1.5 seconds behind Champ. Matt's done his maths. We'll have to see if he's right. But we think that Phil may have to do a small splash and dash at the end. So we think Champ's sort of in the seat at the minute to win this race. We've got Keegs in 3rd. Who's on a different strategy. He keeps sort of, we don't know if he's under fueling the car like slightly or whether he's worked out so he doesn't have to do this splash and dash at the end. But that'll be an interesting one to see. We've got Big Boy Brazy, who's in 4th position. He's had a good solid race. Sort of kept himself out of dramas and just plugged away. We've had Peaceful, who's a bit shocking to be honest. He led probably the first quarter of the race and then sort of gone downhill for him, caught up in a few incidents. And he seems to sort of, his lap times seem to be dropping off a little bit towards the back end of this race. And we've got Monkey Boy in 6th, Little Leach in 7th, and Orthodox 8th, Gary 9th.
And Phil just got Champ.
He's got Champ, but again, Kieran, he's a lap down, really, isn't he? He's about to go into the pits.
Yeah, I'd say Champ's just going to sit behind him, knowing he's got a pit.
Yeah, he doesn't need to battle, does he? Champ basically just needs to stay out of trouble, just keep plugging away.
Oh, Champ's been passed by Phil then, has he?
Yeah, he's been passed. Yeah, Kieran's just seen it.
Even if on next lap. So.
Has Phil got one more lap left in him, do you reckon? Or
1.9.
He's got 2 litres.
No, he's coming in now. He's coming in now.
He's coming in, yeah.
So he's pitting exactly when I predicted he'd pit. Oh, that's unorthodox, just getting in front of Phil in the pit lane there. So we're down to the last 33 laps. 18 people watching, 15 likes, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already for more events like this as well. We've got Monday next week, the 28th of December, we've got a 100% race around Mexico on Formula 1 2020.
Viva la Mexico!
Hopefully, fingers crossed, will be my first ever event on Simplay, not in the commentary box, but on track. That is also for charity, for the ectopic pregnancy charity. So please, guys, come along to that. Donate if you can. If you can't, been a pleasure to have you on the stream. Obviously, it's not going to matter, but if any little donation to ectopic pregnancy will help, then maybe be on the webcam in the ectopic pregnancy shirt as well. But there'll be a link in the description to that, and we can sort that out going forward next week. We're hoping Andy will be in the commentary box for that one. But Phil coming out the pit, 70 litres in the tank. Champ has lapped him as well.
Oh, he's a lot behind, isn't he? We'll see when it
Well, the gap was a
out.
minute. He was over a minute behind, if you remember, when Champ pitted. He's not that far behind now.
57.
Yeah.
She's gained a couple of seconds, hasn't he? He's got 69 litres in now. By your prediction, Matt, it was a couple of laps at the end, wasn't it? You thought?
I reckon Phil will be in for 4 or 5 laps of fuel. If he can make if the tyres will stay, great. But I think he's for fuel at the end. If he's got the tyres, brilliant. He has to change. That could really help him at the end. Champ, I think, will have to change tyres.
Yeah.
Phil may not.
The splash dash.
Would you change tyres? With just 5 laps left?
I think with what the gap Phil's got at Keegs, it's worth a gamble, isn't it, Matt?
Keegs is on a different strategy.
Yeah,
what's Keegs on? In fact, hang on a second.
Keegs, 54.
Hang on a second. Keegs could be on here for a place or two.
50, 53. So he's roughly got the same as Champ now.
So Keegs is pitting at a similar time to Champ.
Yeah.
We reckon.
Look at that.
Although Keegs has pitted early most at night, so does he pit early, get full fuel and go to the end maybe? We'll see. But either way, this is the time now Phil's got to stop to pull away a bit.
Well, she's in the pits.
Well, he's done 153 laps. He's nearly 20 laps behind the leaders.
She's been doing well, and if Chris is on the wheel, all I can say is kudos to Chris.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it.
And you know what? Brilliant for staying. He's 20 laps down, but brilliant for staying. You know what I mean? He's 4.5 minutes behind Neil.
But a 42.2, he's doing the same lap time as the Don. He's around the same as an Orthodox.
Yeah, Gary.
Monkey Boy.
Did the same as Gary last time around. Keegs.
I tell you what an effort.
Yeah, good effort from Phil. Good effort from all these guys. Liam was lapping up there earlier until we lost it. I know he's had a few problems.
You can tell how hard Neil's trying.
Neil's in the pits.
He's just got to scrub the wall.
No, that wasn't Neil. Neil's in the pits.
That Don? I do apologise. Cameraman.
So where is Phil on track? He's being caught by Champ.
Yeah.
Where is Phil?
1 minute 2. There's Phil.
So Phil's got no slipstream. Champ, I reckon, is... Champ's got a double toe.
Yeah.
And Phil's got nothing at the moment.
I think it's looking like, barring anything happening, I think it's looking like a battle between Phil and Keegs, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll have to wait and see, though, because if Phil is splashing and dashing at the end...
We never know, we never know at the end.
No, it could be an interesting strategy come the end of this
As we all know,
one.
I am not biased at all, Matt.
Nope, definitely not.
Come on, Phil.
One man I feel sorry for tonight is Peaceful Explosion down in P5.
Oh, yeah, really do.
Led so long early on, and it's just not gone right for him.
Look how long Champ's led for.
Yeah, I'd say Champ's led the most, then Peaceful, and then Phil's probably led the third. Keegs has been up there in terms of laps led.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't get a stat to see how many laps have been led by people, because that'd be an interesting stat I'd like to see.
I do feel bad for Peaceful though, because he was in control at the beginning, and it just
I feel for Gary as well, because Gary was up there at the start as well.
But the thing is, though, it's happened to all of them, so in a way you can't.
Champ had it at the very start.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Whereas Peaceful Gary's had it sort of in the middle, Keegs had it a bit, Phil's had it. Phil had it a bit early on as well, but I don't think as early as Champ had it.
Yeah.
Although Champ's got... Oh, he's tagged the back of Welsh there! And that nearly ended up wrong.
Oh, nearly did.
Oh, that could have been Champ's moment there. Squeaky bum time indeed. In fact, Welsh is still keeping Champ honest at the moment. And Champ goes low, Welsh goes high. And that is that one done. Oh, that was squeaky bum time for Champ.
I think we need to do more of these, Matt, because this has actually been like really interesting.
It's been good, hasn't it? Especially from the commentary side of things.
Yeah,
the strategy has been brilliant.
Just trying to work them out, isn't it?
Yeah, I think every year, every sort of off-season, 24-hour, get there's a few oval tracks on here. You haven't always got to do the Indy 500. You know, we've got NASCARs as well that we can do the Talladega and stuff.
I reckon NASCARs would be good.
I think they'd be quite good.
Just something to get me on the wheel to ease me in a nice oval track, Matt.
Do you think you'd have been eased in today with all this carnage going off at times?
I don't think so. I think it'd have been a baptism of fire.
How do you think you'd have got on, Kieran?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of oval racing of doing it, but I think I'd be probably mid to low. I'd imagine. I don't think I'd, especially being on the pad, not being probably as smooth as those on the wheel.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
I said this earlier to Matt Kieran on the pad on these when we've done practice ones before. It's very twitchy.
Which is why it's hats off to Big Boy Brazy. It's that P4.
Oh yeah, isn't that? Hats off to Jamie.
Yeah. And Don for being here.
Pad.
Don's still going.
And Don. Yeah, because they're very difficult on the pad. He's going at high speed, very twitchy and
bumpy,
easy to lose. Yeah.
Phil's just starting to match Champ's lap times here. Champ not really in a position where he's getting a tow. Is Phil? Yep, Phil definitely is.
He's got Peaceful.
That is Peaceful. Now Peaceful could do with just staying in front of Phil.
Carry on. Yeah, I was about to say exactly the same thing, Matt.
And he's not going to. He's going to go low, and Peaceful go high. So that's that one out the window. But he's got Gary just in front. Is that? I think Gary's just in front of Phil here. Yes.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Gary's just in front of Phil. There is Phil. So if Phil can start to get in on the track,
if these three could maybe work together and just try and do what we were saying, you know, don't worry about being peaceful, just help each other out.
The thing is, Sutty, as well, Gary's done it with Champ and Keegs and ran in the 40s consistently.
Yeah.
Can Phil do it with Gary?
Yeah.
This could really help Phil out here.
It could help him out by drag him a bit closer. I'll tell you what, I bet all the wrists are aching after this.
Oh, I bet they are.
Oof.
Who's in more pain, Mazda or these? Mazda after a 24-hour race or these?
I said earlier on, I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how Mazda's done that.
Is Peaceful doing to Phil what we've been predicting? That's Welsh's just getting out the way there, but Peaceful's just re-overtaken Phil. Oh, Gary's binned it! Oh, he's took Peaceful with him, and Phil has managed to avoid them. But I tell you what...
Oh no, they're coming round. Have they all got round?
Phil's round. Right. Phil's round. But that's now hampered Phil big time there. Gary lost that all on his own.
Yeah.
Champ, thou, must have been thinking that if Phil can get the slipstream, Phil could have been away.
Flat racing, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He knows I'm only kidding.
Gary, though, can he slipstream with Peaceful Explosion to pull the gap? Peaceful's now down to 7th. And that's Peaceful and Gary's luck all night. That's been their luck all evening. Do you know, it's just been that kind of evening for them. We'll have to get them in for a chat at the end.
Yeah, 100% we'll have to.
We'll get Phil in as well. We'll get Keegs in as well. Keegs has had a good race. So we'll get them all in for a quick chat at the end. But yeah, it's been horrible for them.
Can we get Champ in?
We can do. You'll be able to add him on the players' mat so it doesn't mess up the screen on the stream. You'll be able to get him in on the players' mat. But what a shame for these guys here. They've done so well. And these two especially have just had incident after incident after incident. They are gaining on Little Eats. That'll be for position for Peaceful. Not for Gary, though, as his brother is a whole lap in front of him. Keegs down in the 51s. What happened to Keegs last lap? Oh, 43 now. I wonder if Keegs got that because he had to avoid Gary, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. There was 3 cars running close together, wasn't there, Kieran?
It was these 3.
I was like, oh god, yeah. I thought, please. Because look
who they're gaining on. They're gaining on Phil because of this little slipstream action.
They're doing what we said. Look.
Yeah. Look.
They're
brilliant.
putting in. Yeah, they are. brilliant tactic, and he'll drop in.
Or Monkey Boy,
who's just into the wall.
Yeah, Monkey Boy's got such to the wall, but they're doing exactly what you said, Sutty.
But that is the way to do it, yeah.
And look, with Phil being on his own, he's actually lost time to Champ.
But now if these three get to him and he can work with them,
yeah, he could really gain some time back here. Really gain some time back.
Obviously, a slipstream as well. If he can short shift, he might be able to save some fuel as well.
Yeah. Maybe able to lift and coast a little bit around the corners, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, what's Champ running at the moment, fuel-wise?
Champ has got 21 litres.
And I predicted he'd come in on 187, but he went a couple of laps longer, so I reckon 189, 190. And Phil?
Phil is on 36.
36, and look, they're on the pack with Phil. So can they tow Phil along with him now?
It shows you how fast they've got up to Phil.
Yeah, just by slipstreaming each other.
Yeah.
Unorthodox has gone low.
Phil just work with him.
Yeah, Phil just needs to tuck in now.
Yeah, let Keeks pass the next corner.
Yeah, he's not out that slipstream there, although it looks like Unorthodox has got well in front. Phil will still be in that slipstream. Champ's gained a bit more time on Phil, but this is now where we could see Phil gain time over Champ. He's got a few more litres in the tank than Champ. So this is the strategy at the very end that we're waiting to see. So we reckon... Go on, sorry, Kieran.
I was going to say, the longer Phil stays in the slipstream, the less fuel he's going to burn, he's going to have more fuel.
Yeah, I think that.
What was this? Don, I think, isn't it, coming out the pits? Here we go. Keeks is going to take him now, is he?
No, he's tucked back in.
Oh, no, he's out.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though, because we've seen when Champ was following Gary was doing the lap times Champ was doing, so I don't think it's a bad thing. Sort of Keeks pushing Phil along, as well as Phil getting a tow from Unorthodox here.
Phil's half a second down from his best lap delta.
Interesting till the very end. Lap 185 Champ's on, lap 184 Phil's on. Phil is a lap down to Champ. Where's Champ on track? Has he got a tow like this? No, he's just past Gary. Gary looks like he's recovering from another moment.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
So Champ kind of running solo on the track. No, him and Peaceful's just had so much unluck. You know, that it's just not gone their way. Champ now running solo, Sutty. We're filling that little three-way pack. This could allow Phil to just slowly... You see the time slightly coming down a bit.
41.6 Champ, 41.666 or treble 6.
41.7 from Phil last time around. I don't think Champ's done... He's going to do that much. Bearing in mind he's done a lap without the slipstream. Keeks is in the pits for what will be the final time, as we've got 13 to go when Champ crosses the line here. So
see, this could be a blinder off Keeks.
2 laps down, 3 laps down, is he? No, he's 4 laps down. Keeks will be 3 laps down coming out the pits. I just don't think he's got...
Be interesting to know if he's had to do sort of an extra pit stop.
Yeah, being in the Honda compared to the other guys in the Chevy. Yeah, it would be interesting to know. Can get Keeks in as well. I'll speak with Keeks after.
Oh, mate.
Champ and Phil sort of staying around the same time. Has Phil still got Unorthodox with him? Yep, still getting that slipstream look. 26 litres in his car. What's Champ got left? I think it's a 10, didn't it? 9. So Champ, Phil has got about 10 or so litres. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah? Get your predictions in the chat for who you think's going to win this one, then who you think's going to come out on top. Also, give us your prediction on who you think's been one of the drivers of the day. Really interesting to get everybody's thoughts and opinions. Sutty, is it this man for you who's been your driver of the day? Kieran, I'll get your opinion as well while Sutty's not there.
I think you can't really look any further than Champ. He's used his knowledge, I'd say, being from the States.
Yeah.
In obviously the oval racing, obviously, but everyone else has been involved in some form of incident. I've not seen Champ be involved in an incident yet.
I think he's involved in one off the start line, and that was about it. But nothing. He sort of recovered from then. Yeah, I think Champ Phil has had a cracking race. But like I say, it's hard to look.
He's been involved with a few. Peaceful's been involved with a few.
Yeah. And this is what's ultimately led Peaceful to be 7th and Gary to be 8th. Hopefully, though, people in front will have to pit for them too. You'd imagine Peaceful's now in the pits for his final stop of the day. Champ, though, lap 189. We're on board with him now. 4.5 litres in the tank. He's got what? This lap and another left to do, you'd say?
Yeah, that's looking at 2.5 a lap, only 5 minutes. So I think if he doesn't come in this lap, he's risking not getting to the end, or not getting to not getting around another one.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Champ's just gaining on the back of.
Well, it's going to be 2.5 when he crosses the line.
Oh, he's pitting now, so not wanting to risk it. 2.4 he's down to, so he's not wanting to risk it. Roll on Monday for the F1, Dean says. Indeed. Join us live. That's going to be a cracking race. Strategy there could play key as well.
Yeah. I know me and you have been on, and Fatty's been on as well. I know you said you've got a strategy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether to go with what I thought originally or change to what the game recommends, but I suppose that depends on qualifying.
I suppose.
Bearing in mind, obviously,
with it being Christmas, Kieran, as well, it's not really time to get the extra practice in, I suppose.
No. I know I've had off yesterday, pretty much spent all day on F1. Off again today, but it's Mrs. birthday, so obviously I haven't been able to come on till now.
I suppose being tier 4 though, you may have the likes of Sunday, like the 27th, maybe a bit of Monday day or something.
Maybe. As I say, I'm back to work. Other than the bank holidays, I'm now back at work after today. So
yeah.
As I say, I'll be on most evenings like normal. If anyone else wants to come on and join, they're more than welcome to. I know we do a few off-season leagues as well for anyone else who wants to join.
Indeed, we'll be back with the Rallycross in the new year for the final couple of heats before the second season starts on the 13th and 14th of January. Now, Champ has a 10-second gap to Phil, but Phil still has 15 litres in the tank, so let's see what Phil can do then. Champ's just coming into turn 4 now, as Phil's coming into turn 3. I think this is Champ's one, if I'm going to be honest.
I think it's going to be touch and go whether Phil can make it to the end.
He's got a splash and dash, hasn't he, as Phil?
Yeah. If you know, does he risk staying out and hope he gets to the end? Or?
Nah, 13.5 with 9 laps left. I reckon Phil will be in 196. Like I said, I reckon around then he'll be in the pits. 12.9 he's down to now.
He just needs to stay in that toe and hope he...
Yeah. Just push it as far as he can. He got just in front of Champ before he pitted last time round. Can he get a bit further in front of Champ this time round? He's got a bit high there as Phil. I think Champ, though, barring an incident, which let's touch wood say there isn't, because we'd hate to see that at the end. But I think Champ, I think Champ has got this one in the bag. Gap is coming down between Champ and who's that in the wall? Oh, I think I was on Orthodubs. Has he hit the wall? Oh dear. Phil though still has a slipstream. Yeah, it was on
Orthodubs. Yeah.
Well, at least Phil didn't get caught up in that one, because that would have been disastrous. Okay. Phil has got past Neil, so he's past NJ, and he's kind of in no man's land again now, whereas Champ's just going to gain on the back of a slipstream with the looks of the dots on the minimap. The white dot is Champ. So it's going to be interesting. Go on.
It's going to be interesting to see what Phil does here. I think he's going to have to keep the tyres on, Eddie Sarton, but
I think it's Champ's one now, isn't it? But like I say,
something major happening.
Champ's got to have an incident or something major happen too.
And then you look at how far Keegs is behind.
Yeah,
Keegs is too far back.
Yeah. But keep the tyres on, splash and dash. Maybe do a nurse him a little bit to the end, but then just consolidate second.
Shame for Phil.
Yeah,
no,
he's done well.
He's done well.
Brilliant.
You know, maybe one incident too much that he's got caught up in.
Yeah.
But he still had a cracking race. But take nothing away from all of these guys. 200 laps is not an easy feat, and all of these guys are going to get to
lap times, Matt. It's how consistent they've all been.
Look, unorthodox.
As the race has gone on.
Unorthodox P9, his last lap was a
40.9.
40.9.
Yeah, they've all been really, really good. I reckon if we did another one, now all the lads know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, with a pace car. So that you can bunch them back up, I think, to be even better, 100%.
I think you'd need to have a safety car and another spectator that can view the cameras, get external cameras, because I think you need to see what's going on all the way around the track. I think by using the one camera.
Yeah, maybe knock it down to the 14 drivers and have one person spectating a safety car, and then obviously you've got your race director and your broadcast.
You see, I've tried to flick through the cameras to give the best view, and it's very limited for choice how fast the cars are going.
Yeah, the other thing is as well is if you've got that other cameraman, you can then, if they see an incident that we don't, we can say to release the safety car. Do you know what I mean? It's
I don't know if the race director would be right thing. Obviously, I'm spectating now, and I'm in control of save, so I can't change.
Oh no, then you can't change the camera.
No.
Oh, so no, you'd be able to see what we'd see, and that's it.
Yeah. So unless you, like I say, have.
So it wouldn't work. It wouldn't. No,
I don't know.
Still the same because you'd still end up watching. Because it's classing you as like retired.
Right, Phil's in now, boys. Phil's in now, boys.
Yeah, Phil's in when I said he'd be in 196. So we reckon Phil will be a lap down on Champ come the end of this one. But it'll be interesting to see how quick he goes. Champ though. I think he's the man to. Yeah, I think he's the man. He's not fuel till the end. Look, 16.4. So he only topped up a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, when I clicked on him before, Matt, he had about 30 litres.
Yeah, but he's done well today as champ. He had a bit of an incident at the start.
You can't take it away from him.
No, and he's kept out of trouble. Here he goes. He's going to put the lap on Phil.
Obviously, I'm gutted for me boy, but
yeah, but hats
off. You can't take anything away from a champ. How many laps do you reckon he's led?
Over 100.
Yeah, he's led a fair chunk of this race.
Yeah, he has. He really has. And to still be pumping in the times as well, that's big boy Brazier just in front of him.
And to be fair, it's extremely good for the channel as well.
Yeah.
Have somebody of a different nationality on the grid.
Great to see someone of a different nationality on the grid. Great to have Champ with us. Was with us for a 24-hour of Daytona in which he won the LMP2 category and pushed Mazda all the way until he.
He did. I watched
a few.
Jesus. Yeah, them lap times
pushed him all the way.
They were just consistent. Bang, 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 weren't they?
So take nothing away from him there. Champ's a fantastic racer. He's going high on Jamie Brazier there, and I tell you what, we're on lap 199 of 200. Phil is out the pits. Was 2 seconds quicker last pit stop. I reckon he's changed tyres because he was still 2 seconds quicker than his last pit stop. I reckon he's changed tyres till the end.
He's probably thought he's got the time. He's not.
Champ
go with Champ
coming round to start the 200th and final lap of this Indy 500. And what an interesting race it's been. We've lost 4 drivers in this one, but don't you worry, folks. We haven't lost any of the excitement because it's been us in the commentary box. We've been racking our brains. Champ now starts the final lap of this race. Oh, and just clips the wall a bit there. But I think he's got that lap over Phil to do it anyway. It's going to take something catastrophic for Champ to mess this one up. 20 people watching. Let's get this last push to 20 likes before the end of this stream. 20 people watching. Let's get the extra 4 thumbs up before the end of this stream. We're going to get the guys in for an interview. Kieran, if you want to get them in now. And Champ rounding into turn 3.
Comes.
Bit of a straight to go here. He's going to be side by side with Big Boy Brazier. Into turn 4 he goes now. Damage on visual only, and Champ is going to be the Indy 500 champion at Simplay Motorsport. Brazier will get one last lap in, and Champ close to the camera takes the checkered flag. Take nothing away from this man Phil, because it's been a heck of a race for him. Just a few incidents he's got caught up in. Played a great strategy all race. He's had us thinking in the commentary box. Phil will be absolutely delighted with that one, no doubt.
I think Phil will take that.
Kieran, do you want to get the guys in the party if you can?
Yeah. No
worries, bud.
Gary, I've got big.
Gary,
Explosion.
Peaceful, Keegs, Phil, Champ. Let's get them 5 in for a quick
done,
chat. Phil takes P2 then. Keegs is going to cross the line.
I tell you what.
Keegs has done
here
brilliant.
He comes.
P3.
Well done, Keegs. What's happening here?
That's some back after the line.
Oh
dear. We're going to get a few guys in for an interview, but let's just run you down the order. Champ then takes P1 with Phil second. Keegs finished in P3. Big Boy Brazier got 4th with Monkey Boy 5th. Good race for Monkey Boy. Peaceful Explosion 6th place with Little Each 7th, Gary 8th, Unorthodox 9th, Don Productions 10th, NJ 11th, Welshie 12th, Liam Gamer would have been 13th, and we also lost Smithy, he would have got 14th, Fury would have got 15th, and Dean Wasocki would have got 16th place. Just looking at the fastest lap, 40.8 by Unorthodox, 40.5 by Gary, 40.8 by Little Each, 40.8 by Monkey Boy, 40.7. I think Gary has got fastest lap of this race, 40.6.
I was got something to say, Matt, sorry.
No, sorry, Keeg's fastest lap of this race, 40.649. Go on, Sut it.
Well done, Keith. Where's your video gone? Where's your webcam gone?
I turned it off after my last toilet break.
Get it back on, man.
We'll get it back on for these. We'll get it back on for these final interviews. We're joining the commentary box at the moment by Peaceful Explosion and Phil. Peaceful, I want to start with you. A night where you've had quite a few incidents that wasn't some of your fault. Just an unlucky evening.
Yeah, I think off the line, the first few incidents, I'd somehow managed to Days of Thunder my way through them and not get collected. And yeah, I managed to get a lead and keep pulling away, and then little mistake, putting it sideways, big power slide. Then I got collected by Liam when he was coming out the pits at the end of that straight.
Oh, Peaceful, I was gutted for you. Quarter of the race you led.
Gary have had a good few run-ins with each other. Every time we went near each other, one of us spun, sometimes by clipping, sometimes just by trying to go wide, and as soon as you go high, you start sliding, and that's
sucking in, getting sucked into the wall.
You're just like, oh, and that when I went to let Phil past, I clipped the wall, and I got sucked into it, and then slingshot straight back across. So a bit of a mixed night, but I enjoyed it. That was really good.
Good fun, good. Gary, you've just joined us. I know Phil's been in the pipe.
Save him till last. He was down the grid, Matt. Save him till last. Phil next.
No, I want to get Phil's reaction last because Phil got such a good place.
I'd just like to say before you say anything, I do apologise, Peaceful. Every time I got near you, I seemed to lose it, and you just got caught up.
It was like Teagues and Kieran from season 1.
You were used to.
Honestly, we couldn't say that.
Gary, the person who was the pro at turning left, bigs himself up. Race. Yeah, I've got this.
He was as bad as golf,
Do you know what I mean?
Matt.
It was dreadful, Gary. You've let Beth down, you've let yourself down. What was all that about?
That's this tarmac rubbish, I just don't get it.
You were turning right to turn left, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why it Peaceful so many times.
Well done, champ. Anyway, I am Phil.
Gary, how did you find that, though? Was it good fun?
Yeah, great fun. Apart from I kept coming up to people and wanting to work with them, and they'd seem to sort of just break or move out the way, and I'm like, oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
two people you worked really well with was Champ at one stage and Keegs, both lapping, and they seemed to push you along no end at one stage of the race.
Yeah, it's because they know what they're doing. I got behind Neil at one point, and he just sort of moved out the way, and I was like, oh, lovely, that ain't going to work then.
Yeah. Well, good race for you. Keegs, I know, Champ, Phil, you're going to have to wait till the end. Keegs, P3. Cracking race.
Absolutely brilliant young man.
I'm just happy to finish it. You know, I started P3, finished P3. I think that's a good result.
Was the Honda using more fuel than the Chevrolets? Because you seem to pit with a lot of fuel left in the tank.
No, I don't think it was. But me and Dan just decided to switch up our strategies a wee bit and just throw something random in, really.
Fair enough.
You had us guessing, Keegs.
Fastest lap of the race. You worked really well with Gary at one stage, getting the laps pumped in. You enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good fun for the whole way. I mean, had a few toes every now and then. I got one off Dan, so thanks for that, Dan. And Gary as well, yeah. So it wasn't too bad of a race.
Good. Well done on your P3 and fastest lap. Phil, I want to come to you. You, like Peaceful and Champ, led so much of this race, but it just wasn't to be. Too many incidents you got caught up in.
My boy.
Yeah, I was a little bit gutted to finish second, but Champ was in there different levels. And I think looking at the best lap times, I think I was bottom end really.
Don't put yourself down, Phil. Consistent, brilliant.
Well to finish second.
Brilliant. Best person out there.
You kept up on the streets.
Phil, you kept us guessing with the pit strategy, and I worked them out, and you pitted exactly when I worked it out, and you just sort of towards the end of the race, Champ had just pulled that bit over you that where you wasn't able to get to the back of him.
Well, I was stuck in two minds. I didn't know whether to just go all out, do the splash and dash, try and ease off a bit and try and make the fuel up. I think if I'd done it earlier on in the race, it might be
Yeah.
a possibility. But I think
We seen that and we were wondering, Phil, like, because we seen like you seem to like have more fuel than the others.
Yeah.
And then when your lap times were down a little bit towards the end, we thought, is he fuel saving? Trying to get them laps in.
A couple of incidents later on in the race, which yeah, that's why I was second or so slower on fuel laps.
Right.
Bless
To be
you.
honest, happy with second leg. No practice or anything, just jump straight on.
Straight in.
Nah, brilliant. Well, well done, Phil.
days.
Did you enjoy it?
Well done, Phil.
Yeah, it was class. Thanks
Good.
for fitting me in last minute as well.
No,
man.
no worries, buddy. Glad you could make it. Champ, another last-minute entry. The American on home soil takes the win. That was easy, buddy.
Yeah, it really was. Especially given the fact I was last after the first turn. So yeah.
You did well, like you say. You had an incident first off where I think you was involved in the start line incident, weren't you? And then you had, like you say, you fought your way through the grid, and just towards the end of the race, just had the measure of Phil and everybody else.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what is there to say about it? Other than
You will P1. Modesty champ, brilliant, love it.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you, champ, again. Obviously, you joined us for
Absolute
our 24-hour race. We hope you can join us in many more fun races in the future. That's all we've got time for, though, guys.
Hang on,
Thanks.
Matt. Read the comments.
Hang on, mate.
Yeah. You need to talk to Gary.
Do you want to get your missus around the cam and your
Beth.
boy or whatever?
Is Floyd awake? Go and get Floyd. Gary wants us all around the camera for an announcement. I don't know, Gary wants us all. Just please bear with us. Gary has got an announcement that he wants to make. Apologies if you heard any language there from Beth. I'll apologise on her behalf. I tell you what, champ, you get quite good at this oval racing while we wait for Beth and Floyd to come down. You took the splashing dash at Motive, you took this tonight. It's as if it's your thing.
It's home turf, isn't it?
well, no, it's not my thing. It's our thing. We are the inventors of oval racing.
The rest of us are jet lagged flying over to Indianapolis.
Well done, there he
Phil
is.
jumped on a last minute flight. Yeah, Gary, we're all here. Do I need to have it so that they can hear?
Yeah, well, you haven't got to, but Simplay, I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and say thank you for running the league through the hard times you've been through. So I've sent some money over to your bank account if you want to have a look.
You haven't?
Yep. So if you will have a little look. And that's just a big thank you from all at Simplay.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Yep. Every one of them.
Matt made
Everyone's had a whip round.
So Gary and the Simplay lads have had a whip round.
Sorry, man, it's well up now.
Are you being serious?
I'm nearly going as well.
Are you being serious?
Matt,
being
100%.
serious, mate, 100%.
Guys, I don't know what to say, honestly. Thank you so much.
I don't know how quick it transferred last time, but
Guys, honestly, thank you so much. That means so much.
Oh, you deserve it, Matt. We wouldn't have this league if it weren't for you giving all your time up, organising it and commentating, so everyone thought the same.
yeah, and I just want to say thank you to all the boys as well. They've been so generous, and thank you very much.
Guys, thanks to everybody. Simply, Motive, whoever is, that guys. Don't know what to
You
say,
can
honestly.
announce how much if it is come through, but
£400 was raised for me and the family towards, obviously, everything that with everything we've been through, guys. That means so much to us, honestly. That's I don't know what to say.
I think we'll cut it there, shall we?
Yeah, from all of us,
I think we all need a moment.
from all of us here at Simplay Motorsport, thanks for tuning in tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to see you all. Guys, hit that thumbs up button just before this video ends. Let's get this video to 20 likes. It's 19 at the moment, 26 people watching. Guys, it's been a pleasure for you to tune in. We'll be back next Monday night for the Formula 1 race, 100% around Mexico, in which I should be making my racing debut on the channel. From all of us,
a bit less smoky.